Okay, I found it. I've had a bad experience where the stream has been playing whenever I have been streaming. I left a tab of the stream open, and it'll like get progressively louder and louder and louder, and I'll go crazy. So I'd rather not have that happen. Uh, but welcome to the late Curse of Strahd game. This is week 7. We are currently just getting out of the Durst mansion, which is basically a mini dungeon in the starting area, and they've come out. Everybody's basically like between levels 3 and 4 right now, so they're coming out of this pretty powerful. I did just have a technical mess up, so I'm gonna give everybody a second to file back in, and I'm gonna go ahead and join the call in progress. Sorry for that technical mess up, y'all. I do see, though, that we are at 10 concurrent viewers. So if this stays at 10 for a little while, then I will give away some stickers on stream. And if we get to 50 followers, I'm going to give away some dice. They are very cool glow-in-the-dark Chessex dice that I picked up today. And I'm excited to give them away. But only if we get 50 followers for the DiceDad Games stream. So with that, I am going to hop into the call in progress for the late group. We got several new players today, so it should be fun. A serious cast shakeup.
Good morning, Lord. That sounds.
Hello, everybody.
Howdy do.
This guy. Just kidding.
All right. Thank you guys for coming tonight. My son greets you. I don't know
hello,
if y'all
son.
could hear him
Son of
shouting
DiceDad.
over there.
Dice on
Ted.
Dice Lad. Can we call him Dice Lad?
Dice. He is Dice Lad. Here's Ted.
Nice
I like
lad.
that.
I love it.
Bye, Ted. Bye, Dice Lad. It's almost his bedtime.
Oh, he's
Um,
adorable.
Thank you. We made him. It took 9 months.
I've heard.
Actually, it takes 10 months. Right, Easton?
It does.
40 weeks.
Good
But we
belly
say
drop.
9 months for some reason, but it's 40 weeks. We got to give them all those weeks because pregnancy is brutal, y'all. Pregnancy isn't
Never
it
going
doesn't
through it.
mess around. All right. Cool. Let me hop over to the Owlbear, and then I'll get everybody a nice link for that. And then we can recap and get started. Or I guess I can recap while I'm getting the Owlbear map set up. When we left off last time, the party had just left the Durst mansion, where they had learned about a fiendish cult of cannibals who dabbled in human sacrifice to gain Strahd's favor. But it went horribly wrong and left the place cursed after they sacrificed their baby to sort of gain this dark power's favor. They got favor. The Durst head or the head of the Durst family, the heads, Gustav and Elizabeth, they both gained immortality as ghasts, but they were destroyed and their minds were wrecked in the process. So, you know, who can say if that was a worthy trade? I wouldn't take that trade.
As you do.
But as they
Have 114
defeated ghosts, after they defeated the flesh golem that was Baby Walter, and set his soul free, it caused the basically entire mansion to collapse, and they Indiana Jones style like wove their way through a bunch of traps, and they got out on the other side. Generally, well, not unscathed. They're very scathed, but alive. They're due to the healing of our cleric who isn't here today, Garland Foam Tankard. A lot of the party made it out that day.
Bless the
Yep.
phone taker.
So we'll all pour out a little dwarven ale for our party member who is not with us tonight, but will be with us again soon, I'm sure. And go ahead and talk about our cast for the evening. So let's go ahead and start at the top of the list with Two-Ply McSnips. Go ahead and tell us about your character.
Tonight I am playing Alphonse Del Monde. He is a half-elf bard. He dresses in very flamboyant dress wear. He's got a long coat with quilted pink and or purple and green. He's got one of those, wide brim hats with
we
feather
lost.
off it, true bard style. and he always carries his violin. Oh yeah, and his voice sounds terrible now because this Durst mansion was terrible to his throat. Got attacked by like 6 creatures. Uh, yeah, and other than that, he's just a typical bard. He's trying to write the world's greatest adventure story by participating in it, and so far this is a decent one.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Let's go next to Afterlife Senpai. Go ahead and tell us about your character.
Elliot, Monk, Way of the Astral Stealth. He is a veteran soldier. He took orders blindly, so now he is trying to atone with it with his life by taking the most dangerous mission, hoping the next one will kill him. He wears a nice suit, his white and silver hair, yellow sunglasses, and he's always smoking.
All right. Next on the list, Core Lux. Go ahead and tell us about your character.
I am bringing you the wonderful stylings of Corlux this evening, a half-elf warlock who has recently struck a deal with a fiend and isn't quite too sure what he wants from him just yet, but has gone adventuring off and ended up here.
All right. Thank you. Escavan Faulkner. Go ahead and tell us about your character.
Hi, my character's name is Escavan. He's a half-orc fighter. Basically, spent his entire life on the battlefield, grew up in a mercenary company, and he's somehow made his way to Barovia. And after last session, he suffered some severe injuries. And now he has some kind of splitting headache, which seems to relate to something coming up.
All right. Next will be Jin Neskul. Go ahead and tell us about your character.
So I'm playing a half-orc barbarian named Jin Neskul. He grew up in his hometown and ended up grew up to be into the army. And so after the army, he is now part of a guild, and the guild has tasked him to go to Barovia to find, to go on to an adventure in Barovia to find more gold, loot, and treasure for the guild. And that's basically it.
All right. And Bunny, go ahead and tell us about your character.
I am Sister Sacrem of the Morning Lord, a tiefling blessed by his wonderfulness. I was sent to Barovia to be a missionary. I hoofed it quite a while. It's wonderful to meet you all, and I'm sure I'll do my best to end your suffering as quickly as possible.
All right. Thank you very much. And that is our cast for tonight, and we're going to pick up at the ruined rubble of the Durst mansion. You all have dusted yourselves off, and you are basically those of you who don't have new characters are like covered in like deep cuts and bruises, and these new party members, as they're here, they look pretty okay. Everybody looks a little exasperated because we'll say that they were with you through the ordeal. Sort of how the Adventure League works. But you all are at the ruins of what was the Durst Mansion. You have in your possession from inside a silvered short sword that you found above a fireplace. You also have a scroll case, inside of which is the inn to an old mill that is... there are coordinates on a map, but it doesn't list a specific town name or anything like that. But there are coordinates for a mill that this is the deed to. We'll go ahead and pick up as you are all standing there on the road. Actually, I'll tell you what other things that the party was doing since it's been a while. We've been in this mansion for several sessions. So, in the last, before the mansion times, we had gotten our fortunes read by the Vistani after basically getting tricked, or not tricked, but getting escorted into Barovia by these wandering nomadic people called the Vistani. They pleaded for your help to come in here, but you've realized since you've been here that you can't leave. There are magical forces preventing you from leaving the valley. But the leader of the Vistani, a woman named Madame Eva, read all of your fortunes, and she said that you are destined for greatness, and that the key to defeating Strahd Vanzarovich, the vampire who basically lords over this little realm known as Barovia, or I think Ravenloft is the setting, but the country is called Barovia. She gave you a fortune, which I will read again, just so we're all refreshed on our objectives, because this fortune is essentially the key to you guys finding the things that you need. So the first card that was read to you during the fortune telling. Let me get to the fortune telling part here. All right, the first card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And the fortune that she said was a helpful treasure is near a wall, table, and chandelier of bones from enemies long forgotten. All right. The second card that she flipped told of a powerful force of good and protection, an Avenger sword. Or somebody put Avenger sword in the notes. I guess these are my notes, so I put Avenger sword. I don't know why I did that. It must be cool. I don't remember. And that is going to be found in a dragon's house that was once clean but is now tainted by evil. The third object.
Can't think of the sword. Go ahead.
Oh, I know why it says the Avenger sword. It was the card was a card of swords. Ignore anything about swords. It's a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope is what the second one is. So the second one is a powerful force of good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope, that is found in a dragon's house that was once clean but is now tainted with evil. The third card that was read to you in your fortune is a card of power and strength. It tells of a sword of sunlight. And it is, let's see, it is held by an illusionist, a man who is not what he seems. He comes in a carnival wagon. So that is where the third object is. You are told where you can find an ally in your fight against Strahd with the fourth card. And the fourth card was a wizard. His mind is broken, but his spells are strong. So you're supposed to seek a wizard whose mind is broken.
The only one I can
And
think of is
the final card was a card that tells... let's see. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. So the last card is the location where you will face Strahd in your fated final encounter, or where you can be sure that he will be if you go seeking him. He lurks in a hall of bones in the dark pits of his castle.
Daddy
So, with those five things, those five
No.
statements or divinings by Madame Eva, you're sent on your way. Your group managed to procure a cart as well as a horse. You have Irina, the daughter of the village burgomeister, who has been basically menaced by Strahd in the recent weeks. And her brother Ismark has asked you to take her to the village of Krezik, which is fortified behind a wall and has a church there that is supposed to be like a sanctified place. Sanctus place. That was nothing. Like a holy place where like Strahd can't go.
Hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground. I was trying not to say the words hallowed ground. But yes, hallowed ground. So that's the rumor. He says that you should take her there. So she is waiting for you at the mayor's mansion, the burgomeister's mansion. In addition, the priest at the church in the village has a son who has been stricken with vampirism, and he is being held in the basement of the church. And you guys sort of hadn't decided yet if you were going to help him, but he wants you to find a way to basically escort a vampire spawn who is very hungry across the map to the far-off village of Krezik, where there is an abbey, where there is an order that is rumored to have great healing powers and the ability to remove vampirism.
Absolutely not.
I may know a way. It'll be dangerous.
But for now, you are on the eastern side of the village of Barovia. I'll go ahead and give everyone the map to our owlbear for this evening.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and post that in the Adventure League chat in the Discord. And right now, we are just on the overworld map.
Okay.
The party is
just-
currently on the eastern side of the village of Barovia.
So we're like right here.
I'll use my little laser pointer right over here.
I see this.
Fancy.
So, you have been given a map by Ismark to help you on your way. This is that map. He has marked the village of Valaki, which is right up here, as the place where he would like you to take his sister. If you look up on the north part of the map, at the southern end of Lake Zarovich, there's a big red circle, and that is the town of Valaki. So your mission at this point is to follow the old Svalich road east, or west, not east, follow it west and up as it climbs out of the valley that Barovia is in and into the mountains, and take it to Valaki, to deliver Irina.
Okay.
But it is, at this point, your characters come out of the mansion and it is midnight.
Oh, isn't that nice? We should definitely travel Barovia at night, right?
It sounds just absolutely wonderful.
Just a quick reminder, Escoban wasn't healed, he was just stabilized, so he is technically unconscious still.
Can I carry Escoban?
Don't we have a cart?
You do indeed
Oh,
have
yeah.
a cart.
Cart.
We
Just
can
throw
put
it in
him
the
on the
cart.
cart.
Just put him in the cart. I'll work on healing him.
All right. Let's throw him in the cart then.
And
You don't wish... If you were unconscious, you would like your body to be thrown haplessly into a cart?
Well, if they could lift me.
There's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of us here, correct? Here. Everybody take a limb. We just gently place it.
and just to clarify for you guys sort of the size of the cart you're working with, your cart can comfortably hold 2 like adult humanoids in the back and 2 sort of up front riding in like the driver's seat. Sorry, not 2 in the driver's seat, just 1 in the driver's seat. So you have the smaller cart that can hold about 300 pounds, and yeah. So you'll have to decide how you want to deal with that. Irina sort of volunteers to ride in the cart. She is weak from her encounters with Strahd, and so she sort of like almost insists as she climbs up into the back.
How many of us need healing?
Way to go,
Hello.
Irene.
I think all of us, practically.
Well, here. Did we not do a long rest? Because I am
You guys,
healed.
so you tried to long rest inside of the mansion, but every long rest you tried to do was like interrupted. So you guys haven't like long rested in like 3 days. You've been inside the mansion for like 3 full days.
Okay, I must have been healed because I remember getting hit by
Yeah,
the door.
you guys were healed.
It's gonna be a hell.
Garland was like slinging heals left and right.
Yeah.
It's great to be an elf.
All right.
Just meditate on it.
Oh, and I misspoke. Irina is still at the mansion. She's not with you. I was speaking as though you guys had already picked her up. You haven't yet, so she's still at the mansion waiting for you to pick her up.
Okay.
The
I'll go to the
Burgermeister's
pick her up.
mansion?
Yes.
Maybe we can stay there for the night. Travel in the morning.
Sure, I'm down.
It'd be
Fine with
best.
that.
Everybody sleep.
I think
Uh,
a rest
I'll
and
take-
road in the morning is a wise idea.
Yes. I'll take the back, work on healing all of you. Or since we're going to be sleeping, it doesn't really matter.
All right, so the group of you sort of sets off along the road. The sort of constant drum of rain, not heavy rain, but just like annoying light rain, has soaked your clothes and has sort of obscured the way ahead, like much further than like 10, 15 feet, with like the rainfall and the fog that is also kind of like creeping in, which from the like alleys and corners. You see in the village of Barovia that there are many just like dilapidated, sagging, sad houses. And it just sort of like feels like a bummer here. Everyone feels very repressed and sad. And you sort of walk along this empty, dark street with nothing but the sound of rain and the clopping of your cart wheels and your horse's hooves on the cobblestone. But you make your way through the town, slowly and silently, nursing your wounds after your traumatic several-day experience in the village. And as you guys are riding along, you suddenly hear a noise come from up the road a ways, out of your field of vision because it's dark and rainy and foggy. But you hear sort of like the muffled sounds of conversation, which is very odd because as you look at your clock, or as you sort of check to sort of guess the time now, it's probably between like 2 and 3 a.m.
Just
That's
can I distinct which direction it's coming from?
It's coming from further up the street on the left side of the street, he'd guess. And as you guys are sort of continuing slowly down the road, you start to see what looks like sort of the hazy glow of a hooded lantern that's sort of coming into focus on the opposite side of the street from where your cart is.
I'm gonna cast the light cantrip on my necklaces and like hold out one of them because it's technically an amulet. So I'll hold it out to give us a little bit of extra light. And look over. Can I roll a perception check to see if I can hear anything? as they're coming
Yes, you
closer?
can.
I was
Okay.
throwing so check to eavesdrop on the conversation.
And just to let everybody know in the Twitch stream, our goal tonight is to reach 50 followers. If we do, we're giving away some dice. And to reach 8 concurrent viewers. We reached, or not 8, sorry, 10. To reach 10 concurrent viewers for like a prolonged period of time. We hit 10 for like a minute earlier in the stream, and then it dropped back down. But if we hit 10 again, I'll call that a success. And if you want a sticker, which is what I'll be giving out for that, and pick 2 people to get stickers, comment Dice Dudes in the chat. And I'll keep track of who's commented Dice Dudes, and we'll call those like entries. And I'll like roll a D whatever at the end based off of how many people have commented that. And I'll give 2 people some of these cool DiceDad stickers. I'll show some to the camera real quick.
I have
We-
them on
we
the
have
back of my laptop.
We have some other stickers that we're working on too. We've got some really cool things in the works, as well as like a Patreon with like a sticker club. We do paid games, so we were thinking about doing like game credits as part of our Patreon, but we'll talk about that later. We're still like ironing out details and stuff about that. But the important thing for right now is boom, DiceDad stickers. We're gonna give away 2 of those if we can hit 10 viewers, which means we only need 2 more concurrent viewers to like chill in here for a little bit. And we only need 5 more followers before I give away these nifty dice right here. These glow in the dark, y'all, and boy, let me tell you,
Oh, I
do
need
they
them in my
glow?
life.
They glow
They're
in the
pretty.
dark.
I need them in my life.
I'm using the gold ones that I won, so.
Yeah, Bunny
Fancy
won
fast.
some. Yeah, they got there quick. Bunny won some dice at our movie night the other night. We all watched Strahd in the Discord, or not Strahd. We watched Dracula in the
Dracula.
Discord. And yeah, we did a drawing during that, and she won those. That was pretty cool.
I'm just waiting until we watch Interview with Vampire.
But with that, oh dang, we're at 9. We're at 9, y'all. But with that, what you see whenever you go and you cast your light spell and you peer into the darkness is what appears to be an old cart. There is it seems to be parked at the end of a like garden walkway, and you see that there is an open door that sort of hazy light is pouring out of, and you can kind of see the silhouette of 2 individuals like 15 feet away from the cart that appear to be having some sort of conversation. When you listen in, you can't understand their words exactly, but they appear to be female voices.
Got a 21 on that perception check.
All right, you can tell that there is an old person who appears to be speaking to somebody. You get some sort of like muffled bits through the rain that you would like. There seems to be a transaction going on of some kind. You see like a flash as like money it changes hands.
Well, it appears to just be a business transaction in the pouring down rain at midnight.
I think we should pay it. No mind. Continue on our journey.
It's not our
business.
cart, not our monkey, not our circus.
All right, so you all continue along on your way. You hear through the rain a voice say, "Thank you," and then you hear the door shut, and you kind of see this little old woman, as you guys are almost out of sight, toddle back to her cart.
Actually, and I'm gonna hop off and rush over. Excuse me, madam?
Oh, hello, dear. Let me post a picture of who you see. I'll post this in the Discord, and I'll also have it up for the stream to see.
The dumbass checks have already begun.
All right, it's up on the stream, and now let me post this in the Discord. I see
Lovely
9
woman.
now, but
There were
Oh.
11.
were there 11? Well, like I said, we gotta sustain it for a few minutes. But if we can sustain it for a few minutes, I'll call it.
Does she have a mustache, or is that just
Oh,
Frank?
okay, I believe you guys. It says 9 for me, but if you guys say there's 10.
Yeah, I
Sure.
got 10.
So we will say that is a success as far as the viewer count goes. So everybody who wants to enter to win some stickers, comment Dice Dudes in the chat. I'll keep track of who's done that. And then at the end... Oh, dang, everything just disappeared. Hold up. And then at the end, or halfway through, I'll pick a couple of people who've commented to win some stickers. I've almost got everything back. That was weird. I don't know why everything on my screen minimized at the same time. All right, did you guys see that picture?
Yeah, she creepy
I
looking.
did.
Yes, so you see this little old woman, and you see that she's wearing a... it's getting kind of... She's got a parasol, so she's not getting wet. But her parasol is shaped like a big red mushroom. And you see that she is wearing like a bright red, like granny apron, like a gingham gown, kind of like you'd see in like a frontier town old grandma. She's got like a big bustle and various like cooking and sewing things stuck in pockets and things like that. And she's got all sorts of like odd adornments, like little flowers and mushrooms growing off of things on her. And she just sort of has a look of magic. And she peers up at you. She's probably only like 3.5 feet tall. She's like super hunched down. She like walks like an old lady. And she goes, "Oh, hello, dear. How can I help you here in the dim dark of Barovia? I wasn't expecting to see anyone here so late."
I'm just getting back home from a little bit of a trip. I was wondering if you had any wares that I might be able to purchase.
"I do at that, and you look like the perfect type for them. I sell pastries, dear. and you look cold and hungry, and my pastries are hot, and they're fresh, and I'll tell you this, they're magically enchanted, dear.
Oh, they are. How interesting. How do you have blackberry, perchance?
I've got all manners of various berries and meats and potatoes. Just a second. She pulls out a little menu pamphlet,
And so well prepared. My
and
word.
she kind of like opens up some doors on her cart, and you see there are like 4 shelves of various pastries, all looking just like succulent and delicious.
Sweetie Todd, Sweetie Todd.
Just a second.
What?
Don't eat the pie. Don't eat the pie. It's a Sweetie Todd.
Um, I smell a garlic. May I get the garlic and potato one?
Of course, dear, and they're a little pricey. I won't lie. They're 1 gold apiece, but that's because all of the ingredients I have to procure are they're very rare, and it's not easy for me to go search for them myself like I did when I was a young girl. So it's a gold per pie, but I promise you'll find it worth it when you have the best dreams you've had in your entire life and you sleep like a baby all night long in these dark and dreary Barovian nights.
But of course. And I'm going to reach into my pouch, pull out a single gold piece, and gently place it to the woman.
She smiles and she pulls out a little like money bag with like a clip. She clips it open and drops the gold piece inside. And it gives a nice little clink. She snaps it closed and tucks it back into her dress. And she goes, "Oh, thank you, dear. And since you're a first-time customer and I appreciate you so much, I'll give you 2 pies for the price of 1. So go ahead and pick out a second one, dear. You got yourself a savory. Now get yourself a sweet. I did see you said blackberry. I think I've got a blackberry pie in here." And she pulls out a delicious little like blackberry tart, and she holds it out to you.
Absolutely adorable, but I wouldn't want to impose. I'm perfectly fine with the garlic one.
I'm at the end of my trip, dear. This was my last stop. So all of these ones I was gonna have to throw away, or my daughters and I were gonna have to eat them. And to be honest, we don't need all the pies, love. So I just take it. And in fact, do you have any friends? They can all have a pie for free.
I've got quite a few friends, I believe.
Oh, I
We've
love
got-
friends. Could you bring them to meet me, dear? I didn't. I don't believe I gave you my name. My name is Granny, or the people call me Granny. I have a longer name, but I don't like to use it.
That's very fine. I'm Sister Sacrem. My friends are actually getting home. I was just doing one last errand before I got to them, and they're almost there. I can take it to them, though. The pies, they aren't very welcoming, as you know, Barovians.
Oh, the Barovians love my pies. They
They're
adore
brand
them.
new. It just arrived to Barovia.
Oh, well, yeah, they love my pies, but they don't love strangers, that's for sure.
Yes. There's, I believe, 7 of them.
Well, then have 7 pies. And she takes out, it's the rest of her pies, except for like 2. And she puts them all in a big, like, pastry box, like you get when you go and get fancy pastries at a bakery. And she goes, "Here you go." And there's like, there's like a beeswax wrap over them and everything. And it's got like little flowers on it.
Thank you very much, madam. May the morning lord light your way.
Ah, and may he light yours, dear.
Have a wonderful night and a safe travel home. And Sister Sacrem will turn around, holding the box, and quickly make her way back to the cart.
It is like warm and toasty in your hands. Like your fingers were very cold; they almost kind of hurt. As you're like carrying the box back, you just like feel life sort of creeping back into them.
This is weird. This is weird. I'd like to insight check the pies.
Yeah, go ahead.
But once we get back to the cart, I'm
Oh,
not
sure.
doing that in front of the old woman.
Yeah, you walk back to the cart with your box of pastries. Everybody, you see Sister Sacrem come back, and she's carrying a large box with like a beeswax wrap on it, and she smells heavenly.
I got free pies.
At 3 o'clock in the morning?
You know
I
that
also
sounds...
say that at 3 o'clock in the morning, where we should be traveling to safe harbors.
We get to the safe harbors, and we start a wonderful fire, and we can. And I'm gonna peek back to see if the woman's watching us.
She is not. She has packed up her cart, and you see that she is like walking off into the fog.
We deconstruct these pies, see what the hell's wrong with them. They're magically enchanted, and then if there's nothing wrong with them, we throw them into the fire because we don't take food from strange women at 3 a.m. Now let's go.
You bought, but you did.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
paid for it.
Paid for it.
I paid for one pie. I got 6 pies in return. Besides,
Makes it shiftier.
it doesn't it? Who sells pies to a nun at 3 in the morning in the pouring rain?
It's for over, yeah.
They're to help you sleep.
To help us sleep, no doubt. In this place, good sleep. I know, a
This
good
place
way
is
to sleep,
strange.
isn't it? And I'm gonna walk with them. Walk the cart back to the Burgermaster's mansion with them, holding those pies very close.
All right. Cool. So you go the rest of the way through the town, taking a left at the square and heading south. And eventually you reach the Burgermeister's mansion, which I am turning to right now. Okay,
While
cool.
we're finishing our trip there, Alphonse will be asking Sister Sakrem about details about the old woman for his storybook, as that's got to be in it.
See, here, and Sister Sakrem will give him the description as best she can, painting her in a much more friendly light.
The old woman?
Yeah, the old woman in a much more friendly and kind light.
I don't know what was unfriendly or unkind about the light she was already in.
She didn't like the woman. Sister Sakrem has been around weird people. She was raised in the church.
All right, so the group of you, as you're talking about
Used to crazy old coops.
the granny, you reach a weary-looking mansion that sits squat behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself, yet against the walls the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. As you all walk through the gate and up to the door, you see heavy claw markings have stripped away the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor shard of glass stands in any window, but they are all tightly boarded up with planks. And each of the windows appears to have strange symbols on them that you would guess are to ward off evil spirits or bad omens. And you recognize this is the Burgomaster's mansion, where Irina and Ismark are waiting for you to pick her up to take her out of the town.
Is Periwinkle
You no longer have Periwinkle. You managed to get your horse from the Vistani, so Periwinkle went back to back to his uncle.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Periwinkle was the kind but a little bit touched nephew of the owner of the local general store, Bill Drath. He helped the party by pulling their cart to the Vistani for them, basically. He's a big, strong lad.
Strong. I'll tend to the horses. You all get inside, Bill. I'll come in just a bit. Just gotta make sure the horses are put away and stabled. Do they have a stable?
No. There is a little hitch to tie up a horse that's, like, out by the street. But there's no, like, stable or anything here.
Yeah, I'd like to go hitch the horse.
Sure, yeah, you go hitch up the horses, and the group of you go up to the door. You see that there is, like, a flicker of light coming from inside, and as you knock on the door, A few seconds go by, and you hear a voice from inside go, "Who's there? Who's outside?" You
Master
recognize it as
Wisdom.
Irina's voice.
Miss Irina, it's us.
Oh, okay, just a moment. And you hear like the clicking of like a lot of locks. And then the door opens and you see Irina and Ismark sort of looking tired. And as you enter, Ismark sort of says, I honestly am so surprised to see you. I thought that you all had left town. It's been days. What happened to you? You were supposed to come and pick up my sister 3 days ago.
We got stuck in a mansion.
In a mansion? What does that even mean?
They'll tell you the story.
Exactly what it sounds like.
Are you familiar with the Durst family?
Some old family who used to have a lot of plantations, like many generations ago. They have some old properties on the outskirts of town. They're abandoned and vacant as far as I know.
Yeah, well, now it's crumbled. Their mansion's gone.
They
You-
sure as hell
You
had a
went and
baby.
knocked down the mansion?
We didn't.
Were sent
Their
to
baby
investigate the mansion prior to coming here. And well, we went in the mansion. It's turned to be not so pleasant mansion after all.
Well, I'd say so. You all look terrible, to be honest. Do you need a night's sleep? I feel like you all should rest before you go.
I would be delighted.
A warm bed and a drink would be.
You'll
wonderful.
find upstairs. There should be enough rooms for everyone. Go ahead and go upstairs. There's in the bathroom, in the closet, there are a number of fresh clothes that all of you should be able to wear, and make yourselves at home. You all look bad. Maybe you should take 2 days.
You have a
Sister
fire.
Crab looks a little bit offended.
Except for you, of course. I've never seen you, and also, Core, he looks at you and says, and you look okay. But the rest of you look terrible.
Feel terrible. I need a glass of hot tea and then
Don't forget the bloody unconscious half-orc in the wagon.
oh
Yeah.
we got someone who's knocked out cold.
Oh yeah, we should carry him in, guys.
He'll be fine sleeping outside.
No, take him inside.
That's terrible. I will go out to attempt to fetch him.
I'll help him. Would you mind starting a fire in the hearth, please? If you
There's
can
already a
bother?
fire going. You see
Yes.
that they
Fireplace. I
they
was
show
thinking I
you
might
to the
call it.
parlor where just a few days ago, the body of the previous Burgomeister Kuljan was basically his wake had just occurred. The first time your party had met them was during his wake. You all actually, I think you all broke down the door to his mansion. Yes, they did. They busted in because they thought something weird was going on, and it was a wake. So that was a
Hey,
weird
cold,
start.
cold.
But that has been cleared up, and you see it's back to being a drawing room. It's not like presentable for like entertaining, because like it looks like they haven't really gotten around to getting the place like that. But everything, all the funeral-y stuff has been cleared out, and there's a few places to sit, and then there is a sizable fire going in the hearth.
I'm gonna plop myself on a nice chair in front of the fire.
After a few minutes, Ismark comes in and he has tea. He has hot cups of tea for everyone.
Ooh, yes.
And as he reaches up onto one of the bookshelves in the parlor, there are several bookshelves, he pulls on a book and there's a click. And you see several of the book faces pop open to reveal a minibar.
Ooh, doesn't want to drink, I guess.
He says, my father, he was a good man, but he liked spirits, and not the spooky kind. I don't share a taste for them myself, but they're hard to come by in Barovia, and they are bracing on warm nights. So if any of you would like a little spike for your tea, You can help yourselves.
Sister Saklam is going with the person who said they were gonna help drag the unconscious half orc out of the cart.
Oh,
Because
Which of
right.
our half orcs is in there? Is it Jim?
yeah, which one?
We have
Azkaban.
two.
It
Okay.
is not
Okay.
Jim. I will have my character get up and go drink some of that alcohol in the mini
Of
bar.
course. We'll do the heavy lifting. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He also
Have
comes
fun.
out with like a first aid kit, like a doctor's bag, and he says, "In my younger days, I trained in Valaki to do some basic medical things in first aid. So I can patch any of you up if you need anything that isn't too crazy. But if your wounds are too bad, you're going to need to find a church, and that you're going to have to go to Valaki."
Sister Sakram holds up her hand and goes, I'm technically a church.
Oh,
No,
well,
you're a person.
he kind of like bows to you and he says, "Your kind are much needed in these dark lands. There are, I'm sure, many people who will approach you asking for your services. I've been rolling so many R's tonight, y'all.
Wish I could roll my R's as good as you.
I'm gonna stand for about an hour before I turn in. I'm gonna stand for about an hour before I turn in, drinking this tea, and then I'm gonna try to find any information of the things that are described in the cards that we received, like any of the books.
Sorry, I heard up until the last thing you said.
Oh, I said I'm gonna stay for about an hour drinking this tea, and I'm gonna go through the books that are on the shelves.
Oh, okay, sure.
And see
Yeah.
if I find any information about like any of the cards that correspond with us, any stories about mad mages, anything, stories about dragons, whatnot, like anything that could help us out, like help us decrypt the dang.
Give me an investigation roll, please. What are the rest of you doing this evening? Are people just crashing? What's the plan?
I'm cutting apart those pies.
Yes,
and then
you
after
go
they're cut
into
apart,
the
I'm
dining
throwing
room.
them into the fire.
You go into the dining room and you kind of dissect the pies. You want to give me, first off, I guess give me an investigation roll.
All right.
Mine's gonna be 18.
I want one for each pie.
So 7 investigation rolls. Got it. I'll grab an extra 7.
Oh, okay. I forgot you
I
got
got-
that many pies. I thought you had 2 pies for some reason. I forgot you got the rest of them.
I have 7.
You can just give me one roll for all the pies.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine with giving you multiple rolls. I've got the dice.
So on
We'll
my
just call it
investigation
one
check-
roll for all the pies. 7 rolls
Oh,
is too many.
All right, so on my investigation check, I got an 18.
Okay. So, as you are searching through, you don't find anything about a mage with a broken mind. But you do find some old children's books
Okay.
that have some like old Barovian fairy tales that look very like, the book looks very odd and out of place. Like it looks a lot older than the other books in the area,
Well,
and it's
pick up
grouped
this
in
book.
with the children's books, but it is like, it's like bound in real leather, and like it's like an illuminated manuscript, if you know what that means.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
I'm gonna go and
painted
take that
on.
book out of the shelf then. I'm gonna take that book out of the shelf then.
Yeah, you find an old storybook, and on the cover is a language that you cannot comprehend.
Okay.
But
So
there
I'll
are
go
there
in.
are animations throughout the book.
I'm gonna look for the picture. I'm gonna treat this like a picture book because I can't understand the language. It's so old, probably.
All right, as you
Uh,
flip through the book, you see that there are very beautifully depicted scenes of what look to be 3 divine entities of some kind, 3 female spirits, and each of them is sort of in charge of one element or one like domain. You see that there is a woman with a loom depicted in a swamp. There is a woman with a bow and arrow depicted on a mountain. And you see that there is a woman, like a small rogue-like woman, wearing like camouflage in a forest. You also see some pages, some other images that are harder to depict, and you would need some checks to like translate.
Sure. Why not? I'll try.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check to sort
can do
of
that.
determine what these images might mean.
I just want to make sure I'm
Is
wondering about-
16 gonna do it for me?
Is a what?
16.
A 16. With a 16, you could guess that these pages reference places of power of some kind,
Okay.
but their exact nature is hard to glean.
What would I need to like? Is
You
there
see
anything
that
would help
there,
me?
you would guess that there is a place of power referenced in each of the regions that these women preside over, or did preside over at one point, you would guess. Or this story says they presided over.
All right, and okay, so it's what the one spirit's with a loom, and what was it? Loom and what?
There's a woman with a loom in a swamp. There is a woman with a bow and arrow on a mountain. And there
Got that one.
is a sort of roguelike rangery woman in a forest.
Okay, and the what I could decrypt that it looks like there are places of like different like places of power.
And you would guess that there are old places of power that are sort of like used to worship these deities, you would guess.
Looks like Ellie ain't gonna use. I'm gonna look through other books, I guess, to see if anything there else references these children books, I guess.
Yeah,
Children
you
book.
spend a good amount of time going through all, like, as many of the books as you can, and nothing else looks anything like this book. This looks wholly unique.
I'm gonna ask him. What's this? I forgot his name. It's on my head.
Ismark?
Ismark. I show him the book I pulled out. So I try to explain what I know. It looks like they're like I try to explain what I see, and I when I try to get a he's from Barovia, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna basically I let him know what I see: a woman with a loom in the swamp, a bow and arrow on the mountain, or like I try to help see if he can help me out to better understand. And like I tell all I get that they reference old places of power. Is there anything else? This writing's quite old for me to read.
He takes it and kind of like peers at it. He flips through it and he says, "It's the darndest thing. I've never seen this book before in my life. It must be something of my father's. He liked to collect weird things."
Would you? I asked him, "Can I borrow this book?"
If you, I mean, you're taking my sister. I have no use for it. You can have it.
All right.
It's just a children's book.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that's what I get. You sit Elliot sip of tea. You probably went through like 3 or 4 glasses of tea and then at least like 3 or 4 cigarettes reading this book. I'm gonna turn in for the night. I'm gonna put the book in my satchel.
All right.
Because I don't think I can get more out of my check. I could try again the next day to better understand it.
And in the kitchen, Sister Sacrum starts like she goes in and she grabs some like utensils and starts picking apart these various pies. What was her investigation roll?
Oh, it was investigation. Okay. What? Was it at 20?
A nat 20. You pick through, and these pies appear to be like made out of very fine ingredients. You find in the berry pies, the berries are all like very luscious and ripe and delicious. In the vegetable pies, the potatoes are big and soft and full of like a broth. In the meat pies, you see that is like a very fine mince. You can definitely tell that this isn't cow. It's kind of gamey, but not in a bad way. Like it's cooked in a way that complements it. You do, though, as you're digging through, you find what appears to be a thumbnail. A full thumbnail.
Anytime.
And I'm going to very quickly pull the thumbnail out, grab the pies, walk over to the fireplace, and just throw the entire box in. Oh, dear morning, Lord, and Water, protect us.
as you throw the pies into the fire, they sort of like the fire sort of like rises and it sort of like flashes sort of green and purple for a second, and then the pies sort of like crumble to dust. You kind of hear like a kind of like echo as the flames change color.
I'll take the spirits, no tea, please. As Sister Saklem looks to Ismark.
He kind of like his eyes are wide.
It's like, what the fuck was that face? I could picture the face actually, just like, what the fuck was that face? That's funny.
This is why you always check your food. And she'll hold up the thumbnail.
Is that
Because
a
you won't-
fingernail? Gross.
Yes!
You
Yes!
found it in the pie?
Yes, in the meat pie. I don't even eat meat.
I
do,
wonder
but
if it
very
like
rarely.
broke off of whoever was making the
It's a
pies.
whole fingernail.
That's weird. Maybe that's gross.
An understatement, I'm sure.
Where did you buy it? In town?
Yes, an old woman, roughly 3 foot. She had them in a little cart. They cost me a gold, one pie. She says it would bring sweet
You met
dreams.
old Granny?
Yes, Granny.
Oh, those are dream pastries?
I think so. Well, they're fire now.
Oh, what a waste. I haven't had one of those since I was probably 10 or 11. They
And
give
she
you the
holds up
best
the
night's sleep.
fingernail.
I still think it could be it broke off when she was making it. I've been buying her pies since I was a boy. I mean, I haven't recently, but I mean, I had many of her pies when I was a child. She would give them for free to the children. I mean, now I won't waste a gold on a pastry, but she would give them for free to kids. And I remember after the night after you eat one, you have the best sleep.
She gave them for free to children.
She is such a kind woman. I don't know how old. I mean, she's got to be getting on in years because when I was a boy, she was already really old. And I know that she still makes occasional trips to town a couple times a month. She usually sells out.
She had 7 left.
That sounds about right. Sounds like a slow night for her, to be honest.
And Sister Saklem's gonna look at the fingernail.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird, but I'm inclined to believe that things are fine. I've had them before. What's the alternative? That I've been eating fingers?
You've been eating your own citizens, is one of the reasons.
Well,
My
there
dear
haven't
Bergen.
been. Well, I mean, apart from the. I was about to say there haven't been disappearances, but that wouldn't be entirely true.
My dear Burgermeister, if I wasn't a woman of the faith, I would have slapped you.
Well, I mean, people go missing all the time. I mean, it's the nature of where we live. But there have been a lot more houses recently that we've had to board up. There have been people getting sick, and they've been spreading some sort of strange illness. But we've taken to, well, my father had taken to just boarding up the doors until a quarantine period was over. But we ended up with so many boarded up doors. Jeez, boarded up doors. That I mean, we kind of stopped doing it. It got it got to be too much for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the teacup, drain the tea, and then fill it with spirits, and then just down the spirits. Is there anybody else in there with me? Who else is down here?
Yeah, who all's still down in the parlor?
Is that where
Got
the
the
fire
tea with fingernail.
That's where the
As she
booze
went to
was and the library
If she went to the
was.
fireplace, I probably went upstairs.
Wherever the
After
mini
running
bar
away.
is where I'm at.
Alphonse just came into the house pretty silently and shook and just like took off all of his clothes and put them by the fireplace and found a bed and went to sleep.
All
Very
right.
shook.
And by the chair was sitting, there's probably just stacks and stacks of books.
Cool. So yeah, those are who are still in there. He's kind of like sort of halfway asleep with a big pile of books next to him, and you see the half orc over there kicking some of it back. Real quick, just to let everybody else in the stream know, I'm going to take a break here in about probably like 15, 20 minutes, and I'm going to go through the chat. We haven't quite hit our follower goal yet. We need 4 more followers to reach our 50 follower goal, but we hit our viewer goal for the night, which was 10 concurrent viewers, and we've managed to hold that for a while. So I'm going to give out some cool stickers. So if you haven't had a chance to enter for the stickers yet, you just have to comment Dice Dudes in the chat. And if you comment Dice Dudes in the chat, whenever I take my little break here in a minute, I'm going to count up everybody who has commented that, and I'll do like a roll or a drawing or something with all those people. I'm going to give out stickers to 2 people. So if your name gets picked, make sure to like stick around or like shoot me a message or something. We'll figure out how to contact each other, and I'll get some information from you so I know where to send the stickers. But yeah, that'll happen in about 20-ish minutes. So we'll get back to the story. I was just reminding you all, if you haven't had a chance to say Dice Dudes yet in the chat, that's how you enter to win some stickers. So you see that group in the parlor, and you enter in. You pour yourself a stout cup of the fire whiskey, and you just throw it back.
I'm just gonna shotgun it.
It burns all the way down, but like warms you up. He was not lying.
It's a good burn. I'm going to need to see your well. Everybody drinks from the well?
I mean, we have a couple of wells, but yes.
Could it be that your water's polluted?
I don't know. I haven't had the time to look since my father died. I've had so much on my plate, just arranging his funeral and dealing with disputes between some of the townspeople. People are accusing people of things since you've all been to town. I'll tell you, your presence here is not. The townspeople are not happy about it. It's raised up suspicions, and they think that it's a ploy by Strahd to catch us off guard. I don't
We'll be
believe
on our
them.
way tomorrow. However, you'll need to get somebody to bless your well. It could be a waterborne disease.
I mean, that
If
makes
you have-
sense. I don't have anyone to bless a well. Do you know how to bless a well?
It just so happens that I've blessed many a well in my old town.
Well, if you think that will help with the sickness, I don't know. Nobody's complained. Well, I mean, I guess not nobody's complained. There have been a couple complaints.
A couple of complaints for a sickness that causes you to board up houses.
People just said that one of the wells was a little stinky. I don't know. I just told them to use a different well.
So I just found out that my Alexa can roll dice.
That's cool.
Great.
I just was thinking out loud. I'm like, God, I was saying, I said roll dice, and then Alexa's like, didn't hear her name, but she rolled it. She's like, 7. The D&D Beyond dice have not been kind to me. Yesterday they weren't.
Yeah, D&D Beyond dice are.
They either really let you do some cool things, or it's always hot or cold. There's never just like an okay night on D&D Beyond.
So I have all my D20s out right now. My like 15 different D20s with my dice tray.
I'm always frozen on D&D Beyond.
So.
I'm gonna look to the other group and say, it's up to you if you'd like to go and check the well with me. I just want to go and purify the water. There could be something in the water. Disappearances happen, and bodies of water, unfortunately, are where bodies go.
I just gotta roll over. I'm like, do what you need to do, and I go back to sleep. Just stop talking.
I'll take you tomorrow, but I mean, it's like 3 a.m. Maybe we should all get some sleep.
Sounds like a great idea. I'm gonna go, like, shake the one who fell asleep. Come on, not in a parlor. We go upstairs, we sleep like people.
I'm gonna sleep. Well, you're gonna wake up Elliot on his chair that he found?
Yeah! Wake your ass up, Elliot! Elliot.
I'm very upset that I got woke up. I take the book that the manor He let me keep. I put it in my. Take it upstairs with me, and I go lay in a bed like a normal person, I guess.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you, Mr. Mark. We'll do this very quickly, and then we'll be on the road to Valaki.
So the night goes by, and you all get some much needed sleep. In fact, you sleep much later than you planned to, but it's okay. Nobody wakes you up. Like, they knew that you guys had just gone through, like, an ordeal. So by around, like, noon, everyone has sort of woken themselves up. And Ismark, you see that they have a pet chicken that they keep in the house, and he has collected a couple of eggs from the back of the house, and he fries up
Pet
everyone some
chicken?
scrambled eggs. He says, "Yeah, Clucky, we get one. Not everyone can get a chicken in Barovia. Fresh eggs are a real luxury."
Oh, I sit down and I take the book that he let me keep, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to look through it again. See if it was just because I tired. I couldn't decrypt everything properly.
He's
So,
adorable.
can I do that? Is that okay?
Yeah, you can try again.
Because I feel like my guy's probably tired, so I'll go ahead and roll this again. Let's see what I got. It's gonna be 18.
All right, with an 18, you can't glean much more than you already gleaned. You would
Okay.
guess that this book references 3 deities or entities of some sort who preside over the swamp, the forest, and the mountain individually, and that they each have places of power where their followers once worshipped them.
Oh, maybe the cleric can look at it. I point to my children's book. It's just pictures to me. I ask her, "Do you know anything about these in this children's book? It references 3 deities: a woman with a loom in a swamp, a woman with a bow and arrow on a mountain, and then a small rogue-like woman in the forest in camouflage."
What would you like me to roll on that? As Sister Saklem will
This would
walk over
be
and
just an intelligence check to try to get something out of this.
She's a
Sounds
cleric, so I
cool.
was just maybe she know what these deities are or have people referenced them before. For me, it's just books.
I'm looking at a 23.
With a 23, you can't translate the language because it's like you could tell this is like an old language that is not. It's like a local dialect from like forever ago, but you kind of get a better idea than he did of what they mean by places of power. And you can tell that there are specific shrines that are somewhere, or in this book are said to be somewhere, that are like in service to these deities. You also can tell that the pages of this book appear to be like animal skin of some sort, and it's like very, very old.
An old book, but it appears to be not temples, but places of worship to these deities.
So like shrines.
Yes, precisely. You could go and find a shrine somewhere here in Barovia, but it's an old book. I can't read the words, unfortunately.
I couldn't either.
I've barely been in Barovia longer than you.
That's more fresh. Now I know 3 Pace Power references, 3 shrines.
Uh,
I'm happy
well,
that I put.
well, maybe we can look over the map together, start to triangulate where those 3 could be. It's a very long trip from Barovia to Valaki. I remember walking that a while ago. It was not fun.
Okay.
Is everybody awake? Do I need to go wake up anybody? Check on our half-orc friend who was bleeding?
Escoban kind of throughout the night was kind of tossing and turning and had can anybody hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, the chat was just
Okay.
saying that it was a little hard to hear. Is that
Yeah,
better,
I wasn't
chat?
sure if it was.
I turned up the volume on the stream a little bit.
So throughout the night, Escoban had visions and nightmares of past references or past encounters throughout his life as a mercenary, And at the end of one, he remembers a very bloody battle scene. At the end, he looks into a stream to clean himself off. And during the dream, he experienced a severe headache, and in the middle of his forehead appears a third eye. With that, Escovan wakes up the following morning in a cold, hot sweat, forgetting the memory of the night before.
All right.
So, is there any wells or somewhere we can clean ourselves up with in the morning?
There's a bathroom here. There's like a wash bin, or there's like a wash basin and things in there. There's a pump in the house. This is one of the few places in the town that have plumbing. So there is like a pump in the back where you can like fill up buckets.
Okay, so Escoban washes himself up in the morning, cleans himself off, gets rid of all the sweat that he was covered in, and as he looks into a mirror or his reflection in the water, depends on the situation, he sees once again the third eye appear in his forehead. And he closes his eyes, and once he looks again, the eye has disappeared.
All right.
Are you a Psy Warrior?
I will be, yeah.
I mean, we love characterization. So Sister Saklam is just gonna go through the house and like check in on everybody and be like, "Are you all up? Are we ready to start going?"
Yeah, you managed to get everybody together, and like I said, Ismark had scrambled you all up some breakfast, so you all eat. And you by about like 1 p.m., like I said, not everybody was up until like noon. So like by 1, everyone's eaten and like splashed some water on their face, and everyone can have the benefits of a long rest if you haven't already done it to yourselves. On the D&D Beyond, you can just click long rest, and it'll do everything for you.
That is cool. I do like how they do that, though. Everything resets
Great.
for you.
Where do you click that
on? It's up by short rest. I mean, and I think
Go to your character sheet. It literally
yeah,
it has Beyond 20, share, short rest, long rest.
Yeah, I
so
found it.
sorry.
All right. So everyone,
I'm
go ahead
used
and
to
take the
DMing,
benefits
so-
of a long rest. And you all are heading off with Ismark to check out this stinky well. Is that what I was hearing?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask, is everybody alright if we just take a quick detour before we move Miss Irina? I want to check out this well. Cholera can be such a painful death.
Well, what was our plan for the day, exactly? outside
Travel
of
to
the well?
Vallaki.
Were you going to help the priest, or?
And she looks at him confused and tilts her head. I just met you by the mention. I know nothing of a priest. I know nothing other than what you told me.
Well, that's what I'm asking the party. Is like in general, are we going to go help the priest with his son? That was what
we
we
got
talked
it.
about.
That's inside Vallaki, right?
No, that's
Barovia.
here.
Is that
Yeah.
Barovia or
That's
Vallaki?
Barovia.
It is Barovia in the church.
Where the son needs to go?
The son needs to go to Krezk, which I'll show you Krezk on your map.
Kresk is on the way past Vallaki.
It is
Just
way
travel
on
at
the other
nighttime,
side of
then.
the valley. It's right over here.
Best guess, perhaps 2-3 day walk.
So what are we gonna do? We have to get her to thing. No, transport vampirism. It's gonna have to freaking me travel at nighttime, probably.
Well, that's the thing. Do we even want to help him? I mean, there's plenty of ways to help a vampire spawn.
You can do bloodletting. Keep him satiated with just enough blood to keep him placated. Keep him
Or you
tied
put
down.
his soul to rest and let him be.
We could just leave here and come back.
All right. Well, we are going to take a short break. I am gonna grab a drink and stuff and figure out who gets some stickers. While I'm getting my drink, this is your last opportunity. If you have not commented Dice Dudes in the chat yet, to comment Dice Dudes in the chat to get a chance at winning some stickers. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll pick up with you guys going to the well.
I
Okay.
mean,
Would we be able to do like a bit of character role playing to get
Yeah, that's totally fine.
permission? If that's up to y'all guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying we can like talk to ourselves between the break on like what we
Yeah,
want to do.
I will leave the stream going while I go and get my drink and everything. You guys can talk in character if you'd like.
Alright. Okay.
So,
About the boy with I'm like after the well about the boy with vampirism. We have no way to transfer, and the only way I could see fixally transferring is chaining him or bounding him and then traveling at nighttime in Barovia.
keep him
Or-
covered.
Or we take him outside the village, then we just lay him to rest.
That is an
You
option.
don't have to
as
take
well.
him to the other village. We just have to take him outside of this village.
And
We
what
are
do we
not
have to bring him
murderers.
father?
The boy didn't choose to be vampirism mostly. So I don't like the suggestion, and like I've seen too many people die. I've took orders blindly in war. It's still a child. He may be a vampirism, but it doesn't hurt to give him a chance at a second life.
I would be able to keep him held. We could travel during the day. He would just need to be covered. I am willing to take off my habit and my nunnery clothes to keep him safe. I have a spare change of clothes. It's no matter to me. Keep
Right,
a
but it's
constant
not just
prayer.
us. We also have Irina with us as well. We have
But it's on the
two-
way, I'm pretty sure, is it not?
Irina's on the way, but this
The vampire isn't
demon
kid.
spawn is beyond.
Irina takes precedence. She's being
But
hounded by Strahd.
if it's on the way, we can drop the boy off.
I
It's
believe Irina's
past
on the way.
Velaki.
I assume
Irina
one
is
of us
her
has the
stop.
map.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that I grabbed it from Easemark, and I'll just show the map. It's
we're going to-
past Velaki.
Yeah,
Past-
Velaki was where we're taking the woman, the girl.
Irina, yes.
And she's not here. We have to pick her up.
Yes.
She's still here. She's in the thing with us. I'm pretty sure. Like
She's
inside
in the mansion.
manor.
Oh, okay. So maybe we might as well finish
I-
that first,
I suggest we have like a private conversation
rather
outside
than bring a
of their-
vampire as well.
What if we don't take the vampire? Options. The options are he dies of thirst, or he escapes and goes on a blood rage.
And you'll have a whole village with vampirism potentially.
Spawns don't turn. Only a vampire master can. He would just massacre.
This village has already looked like it's been through hell. Do we want to take the chance of potentially letting this person escape and then cause mayhem?
So do we kill it
And-
before we leave? Is killing it something we want to do?
We have
Let's-
to
we-
take care of him one way or the other.
I would prefer to end his suffering before anything happened. Either ended through getting him to a church. Can a church really stop him, though? Forgive me for saying this, but if a land under such control, from what I've heard, is anyone truly of their own free will here?
Elliot, he's still a boy. Needless to say if he's a monster or not, it's still a boy. Just like Irene is a girl.
How old is he?
The way the demon was talking about it sounds like he was a boy.
You keep saying that Idina is a girl, but she's clearly a woman.
Yeah.
Well, in this day and age, the
Girl or
difference
woman,
between
it doesn't
a
matter.
boy
It's still
and
an
a man
innocent soul.
is-
If we do kill this boy, it's like the preacher's son. The town might turn on us.
The town would turn on the preacher once word got out that he was
already
harboring a
don't like
vampire
us.
spawn.
Does anybody know how we figured out about the boy?
Huh?
This is only my second session, so I don't know. How do you all figure
Because
out?
he mentioned the boy beginning the session
Yeah,
as one of our quests.
he told us.
Right, he told us, but I'm saying us characters who weren't here before. I'm asking people that were there when you received the request. What happened? Do you know, or
I'm
was
just
anybody
gonna
there at the
assume
time?
that
We came to the church to talk to Father Donovan, I think that's his name, and
Donovan.
Donovich. We were gonna bury the burgomaster, and so we went to go talk to, or we heard church bells ringing, and we went to check it out. And then we saw Donovich in there. I think he was talking to someone. But that person ended up leaving. I intimidated Donovich and made him reveal that he was hiding his son under a secret sliding part of the floor. And he was son vampirism.
All right. So the secret of the sun is unbeknownst to the village, except for us few, or
The party, as of the story, the whole party should know
yeah, the party has
that.
the story. Should know, right?
Yeah, the party
But the
knows
village
that the
itself
boy.
doesn't know.
I'm
The
back,
village
everybody.
does not know besides Donovich and us.
Did we get some good character development going? What did we discuss?
They want to
Oh.
murder the boy, half of them.
We
Did he-
are on a split decision.
Did he bury the Burgermeister, or is that still a thing?
That has
We're
already
waiting.
happened.
Yeah,
He did do it,
We've
okay.
already. Yeah, we did that a
I
while.
think we've decided we want to take care of the vampire in some sort of way, but we don't know how we want to take care of it.
Exactly.
A lot of people saying kill it, and Elliot's
We don't know who
protesting. We
yeah.
should have just killed someone. They're still innocent.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give out these stickers real quick, and then we can decide for certain what we'd like to do. So
I say
at
we
the
go for
moment,
it.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names.
I think I put mine in there. Yeah, I did. It's right there.
I think I put mine in there as well.
So I'm gonna roll a D8 twice, and those are gonna be the 2 names that I do.
Sounds
on my
good.
list.
Coolio.
All right. And I appreciate everybody watching the stream and commenting and everything. We're trying to like grow this, and it like super helps us out with the like algorithm whenever people are commenting, and when we have lots of viewers that don't just like it tracks the analytics. This are crazy. Like it tracks like where people watched, how long they watched, all of it. The internet really is scary.
Is this the list of names?
This is the list of names.
Yeah.
All right. First roll
Nice.
is 8. The second roll is 7.
Okay.
Sounds coolio.
I'm gonna
8 and
re-roll the
7,
8 because technically the 8 is my wife, and I could just give her a sticker.
Can't you just get? Don't you have like? You probably just have a bucket of stickers, right?
I did make quite a few. 4,
So you
Caladria.
Take a sticker.
All right, so Caladria and Major Base.
Here's the list.
There's the list, y'all. 4 and 7. Caladria and Major Base.
Damn, no
Get in
sticker
touch
yet.
with me after the stream. Major Base, I'm gonna send you a whisper actually real quick. I assume. I don't really know how Twitch works. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't need to worry. My character development is getting a sticker.
Basically, you send message at then his name. It's the best way I know how to do it.
Okay.
What is the trend?
Are one of you guys Major Base?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, dang. So one of you guys and Caladria. Who? So which one of you is Major Base? Jin?
No.
No. Who was it?
Core is
Oh, Core.
my peak
Sweet.
development of the night.
All right, cool. So you get a sticker, and Caladria gets a sticker. And I already know how to get in contact with Caladria because he's from our Discord. So thank you guys. I will get your information afterwards to send out stickers. That's awesome. I really like giving stuff away. I don't know. Every time I do it, I'm like, yeah, it's so fun. It makes me happy. Cool. So with that, we will pick up the group of you is walking with Ismark in the like Barovian early afternoon, and you all reach this well after a few minutes of walking, and you see that there are a couple people who are like over there. One of them is like taking a long drink out of the bucket. One of them is like uh, dipping another bucket down and is like turning the crank or whatever to bring it back up. There are some horses drinking out of troughs. Just people using the local well.
I'm gonna look to Easemark. Do you mind if I talk really quick?
He just
To-
kind of gestures. He says, "Go ahead."
Excuse me. And she'll motion to the people and walk over.
A few of these like Barovian like locals kind of like look up at you and eye you like warily. And one of them goes, "What do you want? We're drinking."
I have a feeling that your water supply might be a little bit tainted. Would you mind boiling your water in the hearths before you drink it?
Boil the water? It's so good out of the ground already. It has a little taste, sure, but you know that the little taste is what gives it that Barovian flavor. It's local.
The Morning Lord has blessed me with knowledge. He's told me to ask you all to boil your water in sake of his holiness.
The Morning Lord has told you this?
Yes, and she'll motion to her necklace. All three of them have the symbol of the Morning Lord.
One of the like other women nearby goes like, "You spoke to the Morning Lord. The Morning Lord who hasn't shown his face in Barovia in forever and forever. You spoke to the Morning Lord."
I am a cleric of the Morning Lord and a nun of a monastery outside Barovia. I was sent to help. ease
Well, we
suffering.
don't take too kindly to people who are not from this village.
Well, it's a good thing that I'm not technically from the village of Barovia, but I'm technically from Barovia. I came from Kresk.
So you've been to the abbey up there?
I stayed for a few nights on my trip through Valaki down to here, yes.
Are the nuns there as wonderful as they say? Are you one of them?
I am one of the nuns, yes.
Oh wow. Well, then I suppose I guess if you think there's something worth treating, you go look at it. But I say it tastes okay.
Would you mind doing
We
the
will.
gesture to make them
I'll
more
tell people that they might want to put it on the kettle for a little bit before they drink.
Many thanks. The Morning Lord will smile in your favor.
He kind of like goes, "Yeah, we'll see." He kind of gestures towards the well.
I was even sent to inspect it, so I'm going to have to go down a well, aren't I? And she looks to the to the half orcs with this deadpan face of, God fucking damn it. Well,
Why
who
would you have
wants
to
to
go down
go
the well?
down with me?
Why would you have to go down the
Escobar
well?
just shrugs.
Oh,
Why can't you just purify the water from up top? I'm like, can't you just purify the water?
I have to be in it, and purifying food and drink, it's only a range of 10 feet.
So
How
we just
deep is
tie
the
some
well?
ropes to you.
And she'll walk over and just gently grab one of their shoulders. In case there is something that needs to be in the well, like perhaps a body, because stuff can coagulate. I don't want to deal with a dead thing. That's the only thing that I can think of.
I'm gonna nature check the water.
You kind of go and you lean your head over the well and you give like a good deep sniff. Yeah, you can give me a nature check.
That's gonna be a 17. What's my
Whew,
nature at?
something's not right down there.
Yep, we're definitely contaminated. We're gonna go play in the water.
Sounds.
There's one like old rope dangling down into the darkness. The thing goes
I'm
like
just-
very far down.
the orcs have how you're a tiefling, right? So you're not too heavy, right?
Are you asking a woman her weight?
Yes, I am. I see no problem in it.
I see no problem in answering it. I'm very light, but you do not need to worry about me going down, nor coming back up.
So you want us to leave him down there? I'm okay with that.
Well, I was hoping that I might be able to, have somebody to come down here just in case I have to deal with a drunk who fell in.
I asked sister, how much is it worth to you for my assistance?
He's a mercenary.
And she looks to him with a big grin and holds up her mace. How does not having your brains bashed in and sense of championship sound?
Oh lord.
Now
Get
worth
in
it.
the well.
Are you intimidating me or what?
Oh no, I'm asking. I don't want to have to grab you and throw you in a well.
We do.
I've had to do that
You know-
before.
So
You know there are 3 elves amongst us. Why are you picking on us orcs?
Oh no, I'm
That's
not.
quite
But
racist.
you're the one who asked how much my service is worth to you. It should be enough to give it to the people. Give back.
And that's where Escoban ends his conversation. With a laugh. Aha!
And she'll just hike up her skirt and she'll hop up onto the well. She's got some cloven hooves as she just stands and she goes, "Well, you coming or not?"
Having a, I'm like, I'm like, try not to drown.
Oh,
Can you at least come to protect a little old cleric?
Jin will step in and be like, Jesus Christ, fine, and walk.
Thank you, finally! Goodness!
okay.
Who's
God.
this Jesus you speak of? I've never heard of that guy before.
Don't know. I'll say
I
it in
said
order.
goodness.
All right. So
like-
are you guys taking the rope that's already there down, or are you putting? Like,
Absolutely
how are you
not.
getting down?
Get it
How
down.
deep is the well?
What are you gonna do?
How deep is the well?
It's deeper than you can see.
Okay. I have rope. I have 50-foot rope.
How big is the diameter of the well, first of all?
The well is about 5 feet across.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand in the bucket and say, well, just lower us gently. Somebody come down right behind me or before me on their own rope and let's do this.
I'm gonna, if they go to the well, I'm gonna lean against the well and just sit there.
I'm gonna use the light cantrip on the bucket to where it'll light our way down.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so you cast light on the bucket and it begins to glow brightly. And you're gonna like have one of them lower you down, or you're gonna climb. You said Jin was putting a rope up.
Yeah, I can use a 50-foot rope.
All right, so you're gonna lower her down, and then is somebody gonna like turn the crank so that the bucket goes down too to give off light?
Yeah, we could do that. Is someone going to turn the crank while me and her go down then?
I'll crank it.
All right, so you begin to lower her down the well, slowly but surely, and as they turn the pulley system, sorry, they turn the winch or whatever. I forgot the word for the simple machine, but they turn the thing on the well to lower the thing down, and as the bucket goes down, the light reflects off of the slick stone on the side. You can see like moss and fungus and things growing, and as you're lowered down, the stench that you kind of smell a little bad up at the top. It gets real bad the lower you get down, and after about 20 feet, you see that the well widens out into like a pretty wide room, or like a cavern, and you see that there is water in this. It's basically like an underground cave. You also see, as the bucket gets lowered down the well as well, and it gives off light into the little room. You could already see because of your race, but the light comes down and sort of illuminates everything. And you can see that there are bodies that are floating in the water.
Dear morning, Lord. How many?
There are 4 corpses floating in the water.
Well, before we go completely down, I would like to toll the dead. Might as well see if there's actually any still alive.
All right. I have
So,
heard of
wisdom-
Toll the Dead. I don't remember exactly what it does. You'll have to remind me.
It is, I can point at a creature in a range that I see of 60 feet, and the sound of a bell fills the air. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, currently 13 or better, or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12 necrotic damage.
Okay.
So I'd like to point to one, the closest to where we are. And that's only if it's actually an undead creature. If it's not alive, it's fine.
All right. So you point at one of them and you cast your spell, and the little cavern is filled with the resonating ring of a bell being struck. And as it does, you see the corpse that you're pointing at begin to thrash in the water.
And I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to yell up, "We've got undead! Come down here if you would like to fight."
It failed its saving throw.
Alright, so I shall make that. That's the D10, that's not a D8. Excuse me, there you are.
So it's just
So
okay. I hear this. I guess I'll jump in. I'll strip down in my knickers again, my nice suit. I'll fold it nicely in place.
and
I'm
that is a full 8 necrotic damage.
All right. So-
These gold dice are nice.
I'm glad they're rolling well for you.
They're great. I love them. They're being so
Uh,
nice.
Do you want to strip down and jump in the water?
I'm going to. Elliot is. I'm going to fold my suit up and I'm going to hand it to Enrid.
I suggest to you, shooting fish in a barrel is pretty easy if you stay outside of the water.
I am a monk. I gotta get close.
He's gonna punch him 50 feet away. Use the air of the punch.
I was just gonna jump down into the water.
How far down is it?
So it's 20 feet from the edge of the well to where the cave widens out, and then it's an additional 20 feet from where that is to the water.
And the water's probably semi-deep, right?
And you see that the water looks pretty deep. Well, she sees that the water looks pretty deep.
So, like, I ask him how deep it is. How deep you think it is? Yell down the well.
We are in initiative. We're going to need to roll initiative now that she's shot that spell. So, I would like everyone who wants to join into the combat to roll initiative. And from down there, also roll initiative.
Well, that's not gonna work.
That was about to be a
That
nat
is a
20.
9. Oh wait, no, that's an 8.
Go ahead and roll. I'll come around and I'll ask you for your individual rolls.
I also rolled an 8. What's your dexterity?
It's me 23.
My dex, it's 17.
Dex. Oh, mine is 10. Is it off your modifier or by your total dex? I think it's...
I did not mean to roll that.
Okay, if it's by your total dex, you are faster than I am, so you get to go first.
Okay.
Right ahead of me.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I've got plus 10 dex, so you would go faster.
Alphonse, what did you get?
18. Which is great for being outside of the well.
Elliot.
23. With natural 20 on the die.
That's great. That's awesome.
All right, so you're gonna get an extra little action. Not that it's gonna do much from outside the well.
I'm just gonna jump and just dive into the well with my
Oh,
action.
okay, cool. Escavan,
I
12.
just got
Jin,
8.
Sister Sacrum,
8.
Core,
13.
the creatures.
Well, sister, I guess you're getting a fight this time.
She's already pulling out her mace and has her shield ready. Not the first time, won't be the last. Let's kick some ass.
They go last. So at the top of the initiative order is Elliot.
I'm gonna fold my suit up and hand it to Henry. He's still out there with us. Can you hold on to this? It's from my hometown village. It's one of my nicest suits. I take it off when I dive in water so it does not get wet.
You're just gonna dive. You're not gonna go down the rope.
Yep. I'm fine.
All right.
I just have to land in the water. I don't think I'll take. If I just have to make my acrobatics check, right?
Yes, you'll have to make an acrobatics check for this 100%.
+5.
You could
got a
literally
+5.
fall on us.
That's gonna be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay.
All right. So you, with like a precision and grace, take a couple steps back, do like a running leap, you like flip and like perfectly dive down, and you on the rope see just like a flash and a splash. You are now in the water. I need you to make an athletics check to swim.
Okay. 17 plus my athletic plus 2, so that's gonna be 18, 19.
All right, so you manage to dive and swim up, and you break the surface of the water. As you hit the surface, you see that the 4 corpses floating in the water suddenly like lurch towards you.
Figured much. Alrighty.
And that was your half action. So now we're at the top of the actual initiative order, and you have a turn.
So they lurched towards me.
Yeah.
Can I misty step out of their direction?
Yeah. Where do you want to misty step to? There's no solid ground really in here. You're gonna be swimming in this fight.
Oh, I'm gonna try to I'm gonna do like a Mario jump, man.
So you're just gonna but like where are you gonna end up is are you just splashing down somewhere else in the cave?
I'm looking. Can I look for say if there's it's opened up into a cave, right? So
Here,
the cave.
I'll go ahead and throw it up on the battle map just a second. I don't have an actual map for this, but I have what can work as a map for this.
Because it's an unplanned counter. It's just water. So it's in a cave, so there's no hard. There's.
Yeah.
I have never been in a fight where you're swimming.
It makes it hard if you're a sword, but it doesn't make it as too bad when you're punching or whatnot.
And this is why I'm in a bucket.
The bucket that big.
She's a very small tiefling. This girl's literally 5 feet tall, like 115 pounds soaking wet.
All right, go ahead. If you're down here, grab yourself a token and put it on the battle map.
I had my token. It's right here, but it's gone now.
Um,
I'm up in this business right now.
Hi.
So where's the center? Is it like in? Okay. So me
There
and
it
her.
is. I just highlighted my icon. So lurch it towards me, so I could probably misty
Oh,
step so they don't hit me.
no.
Let's do it.
I have to make it off-centered. Chat says do a backflip while you're diving.
Sure,
I think he did
I
do
could
a
do
backflip.
I did. I rolled.
He did some sort of flip.
He flipped.
Do a
Flipped and
barrel
slide. Do a barrel roll.
I guess I could actually. I could either do the misty steps or the rotatory. So on misty step, I probably won't get hit by them. I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, they'll still be able to move on their turns. You're getting to go before them, so like, they've noticed your presence. but like they haven't really had a chance to do much.
So I'll go ahead and actually, instead of Misty Step, I think I'm gonna invoke my Arms of Astral Self. So as a bonus action, so it's my bonus action, I'll get a normal action, I'm assuming. So as a bonus action, I'm gonna spend 1 key point. Astral Self, when you do so, each creature of your choice that you can see within 10 feet, which I can see all these guys, must succeed a Dex saving throw, DC 12, or take 2d4 force damage.
Okay. DC 12.
It's nothing too crazy, but
It's 1 fail, 2 fail, 3 fail, 4 fail. They do not have a good dex.
no, they're Savas. So I'm gonna roll that 2d4 damage right now.
All right.
You roll
Where's my
2d4 for each one?
It's gonna be it's basically when I activate my arms, it's like I get an AoE out of it. So with those arms, I could do like you can use your Wisdom modifier in place of your Strength modifier when making a Strength check, saving throw. You can use Spectrum to make an unarmed strike. When you make unarmed strike with arms on your turn, your reach is 5 feet greater than normal. The unarmed strike you make with the arms can use Wisdom modifier in place of your Strength or Dex modifier for the attack damage roll, and as their damage type is Force. So I evoke these arms around me. I'm assuming just 2 things, so we're gonna go ahead and roll the damage. But yeah, they're all gonna take 2d4 damage,
All right. Roll it.
and it's Force, so I'm pretty sure I should be okay. Actually, not bad. That's gonna be 4, 5, 6. 6 plus will be my modifier. So let me see which modifier. Wisdom. I'm gonna do my Wisdom Dex, so it's gonna be 6 plus 3, so 9.
9. That is awesome. Okay. Just a second. I have a lot of things that are going to happen all at the same time because of that. All right.
Terribly sorry.
So on the first zombie, so like is what is happening? You're like spinning around and like just hitting everyone in unison. Is that what's happening basically?
Yeah, essentially I'll land and like activate as I jump out of the water. You know, Winter Surf. I probably activate Astral Arm, so it'd be like me coming up with a little like jump up in the water and then Astral Arm. So yeah, something like that.
All right. You hit the first zombie with it, and its leg gets knocked off.
Goodness.
The second zombie loses a leg as well. The third zombie loses an arm. And the last zombie loses its head.
Oh. So it's just gonna have no head?
You see the head sort of like fly back, bounce off of the cave wall, and like splash into the dark water.
Why do I have a
Okay.
feeling that's going to be an issue very, very soon?
Probably. I'm no good up in there, so I had to jump down into the play in the water. Obviously, I'm sorry. That was a bonus action. Do you still want me to make an action, or I'm okay with just the bonus action?
Say what?
Since I got that advantage jumping in, and you tell me I got additional action, is that just counting as a
So
total,
your
or...
your extra action was you diving in, and then you get a full turn once you're down here, basically.
Okay, so I use my bonus action, so I still have my basic action.
That was a bonus action?
Yeah, it's my key point to do it. As a bonus action, you can spend 1 key point to summon RS. So when you do, each creature choice that can see within 10 feet, you must succeed a Death saving throw, DC 12, or take 2d4.
All right, then yeah, you still have your normal action.
Okay. Let's see. No action. Just- What do I want to do now? Do I want to use another key point, or already evoked it? That'll stick around until why they're evoked it, but... oh, it's bonus action, so you could activate your key only when a bonus action. That's good to know. Okay, I'm just gonna punch one on the face.
Right. Which one would you like to go up to and punch?
The one that lost its head, I guess.
All right, I need swim checks anytime you move.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's an athletics check.
It's gonna be 14, so it's gonna be 16 total.
All right, that's good. So you swim up to, you said the headless one?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And it's gonna take it's a reach of 10, so I don't even have to swim up to it. I guess would I be able to reach it without swimming up to it and just keep pacing, or every time I make it?
You can
So
go from like there. You have
okay,
to get a little closer, but not that much
yeah,
closer.
I'm gonna get a little closer. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with my astral arm, which is gonna add my +3 plus the wisdom modifier to it. That's very bad damage, but that's still gonna be 4 plus my wisdom modifier +2. That's gonna be 6 points of damage.
Is it a roll to hit kind of situation?
Yeah, forgot. I totally forgot to roll. Oh god. Does a 13 hit? I guess
13
not.
does hit.
Okay, thank God. So it'd be 6 points of damage.
All right, 6 more points of damage. As you do, you manage to kick off the zombie's leg.
Okay. That's my turn, I guess, as these zombies are looking at me funny.
Would the zombies without on the leg, would they be prone?
These zombies are all sort of swimming right now. I'm not sure what status it would be. I wouldn't call it prone.
Okay.
All right. So that is Elliot's turn, and it was quite a turn. Next is Alphonse.
Let's see. I'm outside still. Is the rope still there?
Yeah,
All the way
the
down?
rope is still getting lowered down.
Yeah, and remember, I am hanging off of the rope.
Just come play in the water, you'll be fine.
Well, I can't yet until my turn.
You just have to swim. I'm pretty sure you have decent athletic. Hopefully you have decent athletics. I don't know if you do or not.
Oh, I've got more than decent. Trust me.
I have terrible athletics.
In the chat, I guess,
You
said
go-
floating.
Me going down this well is not going to end well. No pun intended. How deep is the water again? Did I see somebody jump in and be fine?
I mean, I jumped in with grace, so...
Yeah, Elliot dived in, so it's deep enough to dive in.
You know what? I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna try to dive in just like Elliot. I'm no monk, but I'm gonna try it.
I hope to God you're
Just
agile.
aim for the nun.
I'm a little agile.
Aim for the nun.
You're off.
What, you want him to hit you off?
Yeah, aim for the nun. I've got tricks. I've got
Okay.
tricks up my habit.
Wouldn't you need to fail a dex save or a dex check to hit you?
Either or.
I don't know how that works.
He could
I think it's
fail and
the
just
enemy that hits
completely
you.
bust his face.
That is also true. Do you want me to roll acrobatics for that?
Yes, that would be if you're diving in, it's acrobatics.
All right, let's see.
You'll also
Okay.
need to make an athletics check once you have dove in to right yourself and swim to the surface.
Oh boy, that one's gonna be... Ooh, we got an 8 on the acrobatics.
All
Oh.
right, let me do something here.
Let's see what happens.
You don't fall gracefully. You don't make it look good.
Not at all.
Okay, Sister Sacrum, would you like evens or odds?
Let's find out. Evens or odds. I'm going with odds.
Odds. All right, you're about to get yeeted. So as you go diving down the well, you collide as you rocket down the tunnel with Sister Sacrum, who is sitting on top of this rope and bucket. As you do, the
You're
rope
more than worth.
snaps.
Oh,
Also, you are each going to take...
Does it even break my AC?
8 damage. Well, this is sort of like the result of him. It's falling damage more than an attack.
Ah,
ouch.
And he just rammed into you, I'm assuming, so...
Yeah, he just smashes into you as he's falling. It's unavoidable because you're on a rope, on a
Valid.
bucket. Yeah. So, as he smashes into you, the rope snaps, and the two of you tumble down into the water. So you each took 8 bludgeoning damage, and then I need both of you to make athletics checks. You don't have to make him a disadvantage. If I was me,
Would
I would make you do it at disadvantage.
Would I be able to instead do a dexterity check to see if I can get my wings out fast enough? Because I am a variant tiefling.
I'll give you that one. That's fine. Sure.
Sweet.
I don't have any of that.
It's I've got tricks up my habit.
I'm just
It's a
gonna
dex check.
flop.
It's a dex check.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Sure. So he hits you, and you kind of go like rocketing towards the water, but you manage to like get your wings out behind you. And they don't give you a fly speed though, right? It's a glide.
30 feet of fly, actually.
It is an actual fly speed. Oh, cool.
It's an actual fly speed.
All right. Then yeah.
That's
So
barbarian.
you whoosh, whoosh, you let your wings out, and you steady yourself in the air before hitting the water. That's not the same for Alphonse though. What did you get on your athletics check?
What check do you want me to make?
An athletics check to see how you do swimming.
Oh, it will not go swimmingly.
Zing.
We got 5.
5.
You're the bard.
You feel yourself lose. You lose which way is up as you plunge into the dark water.
Don't forget there's also a lit bucket.
Probably.
All right. I'll go ahead and put a token on here for Alphonse.
This dive that he decided to make did not break my rope, did it?
No,
Oh, here, I had made
That's-
one for Alpha.
that's what I made you roll for. Or that's what the evens odds. Okay.
Okay.
So that is Alphonse's turn. Next in the initiative order is Core. You hear like a splash and a scream and like commotion coming from echoing down the well.
I'm assuming I just watch it fall in ungracefully.
He goes for the dive. He tries to do the same thing where he like gets a running start. He like jumps and you see like his toe just catch on the edge of the well as he jumps in, and it just like fucks the whole thing up.
Oh man, you really gave me a lot to work with, bud. What's my sight line up here? Like from the top of the well, what can I
Just need to
see?
get our
You
cleric
can
up in
see
that water so
because
she
they
can
have
out
so
of
the
divinity.
glowing bucket is broken, so it is no longer glowing.
Oh, damn.
But you can't see further than like 10 feet down the well because it's too dark past there. Unless you have dark
You're
vision.
fine.
I do have dark vision of 60
Okay.
feet.
Well, you can see in your like grayscale dark vision. You see a glimpse of what's happening below. You see that there appears to be floating debris from the bucket, and there are some thrashing, weird corpses down there. There's some like something's going on.
I'm just gonna, since I watched our friend fall, I'm gonna dive in and try and save him.
All right, make an acrobatics check, please.
What he's trying to do with the ad shot.
I'm gonna drink to our bard. That
Uh,
was beautiful.
16 on dex.
All right, a 16. That'll get it for you. You splash down just to the side, like right in between Elliot Alphonse and Sister Sacrum. All right.
Oh, she's over the water. She hasn't dipped a toe in.
Yeah, you're floating above the water. Yeah. I'm trying to find a good token for you.
I just dried off my coat. Terrible.
I just made my token all orange,
Oh,
blue,
cool.
and yellow and red.
You got it. All right.
See it?
Delete that. Cool. So you splash in, like right there is fine. And you need to make an athletics check when you get down into the water to right yourself.
Will this let me go down and save our drowning comrade?
As long as you don't start drowning yourself.
Fair enough.
Yeah. If you'd like to, instead of swimming up, try to swim deeper to get him, you can.
Yes.
All right. So just make your athletics check.
16.
All right, cool. You swim down deep into the water, and you open your eyes, and you can see that Alphonse is still still like sinking down deeper. He's sort of like looking around, dazed. And you grab him, and I need one more athletics check to get him to the surface.
14.
You start to like swim up to pull him up, but he is too heavy, and his waterlogged clothes are pulling him further down, and you realize that you are now making no progress and are being pulled deeper. That is the end of your turn.
It's my bad. I probably should have left the violin and harp.
Is Escavan.
All right. So I'm up top of the well.
Yes.
Half orc, dark vision. Can I see 2 minus leg guy?
Can you see who?
This guy, 2 leg.
Good old 2-leg. Jimmy Two Shoes.
The one
Oh,
closest to me.
the zombie down there? Zombie number 2?
Yeah, 2 leg.
Yes.
This guy's his own.
That's 2 minus leg is what that means, because he's lost 1 leg.
Yeah, 2 minus.
Yeah.
But I see him. So basically, I'll pull up my light crossbow. I'll aim at him, and I go, I pity you fools. It's called shooting fish in a barrel." As I shoot at the zombie.
All right.
Oh, my poor wings.
You have the high
13
ground,
hit.
and this thing is in the water, so you can make your attack with advantage.
Oh!
I'm just punching this thing. I'm not worried about it. I got no
Revenge of
range.
the
22.
I only went radiant. So
What is it?
22.
22
with
definitely hits.
I could have built my radiant soul. I could have built a radiant soul monk, and I would have had like freaking Kamiyama blast.
Let me just double check one thing. No, I don't. There's only abilities. Unfortunately, I only do 2 damage, which is totally retarded.
You shoot an arrow down in there, and the bolt sticks into one of these bloated corpses in the back. It sticks into its back.
Just 1 sec. I think I have. I'm gonna actually
You
use
underestimate my power. Somebody said, Anakin,
gonna
I
use
have the high
my-
ground in the chat.
That is my
I'm
friend.
actually going to activate my action surge, so I can get 1 additional attack.
Okay, cool.
I think that's how it works with crossbows, right?
Yes.
Do I get advantage again? Oh, natural 20. So.
Yeah, you get advantage again, but you don't need it. That one's a crit, so go ahead and roll your damage and then double it. I don't do the double damage dice, just like roll your damage and then double it.
Right, but I'm a half orc, so I get a bonus to that.
Sure.
So I just double check.
You got the, like, savage criticals or something?
Yeah, I just gotta double check it. I'm not used to using. I'm used to DMing D&D Beyond. I'm not used to using it as a player.
Oh, my phone's about to die. I gotta close the stream. Oh.
Not good. Don't let
Alright,
your phone
sorry,
die.
So attack. 12 plus an additional.
So how much damage is this?
So 20 total.
20 total. All right, so you shoot 1 bolt down. It sticks in the thing's back, and it kind of lets out like a... It gurgles in the water. And then you aim another one carefully, and you let your bolt go down, and you see it sticks the thing like right in the brainstem. And as it does, you see that like the zombie kind of like gurgle as like pus and goo begin to squirt out of the wound. And it sort of writhes for a second, and then goes limp.
All right, and with that, I kind of do the fist pump, kind of like victory pose. I shout, "That's how you guys do it."
Get
That's my turn.
down here and do it some more!
All right. So in the who had higher dex debate, was it Jin or Sister Sacrum that had the higher dex?
Is it
The
total dex or by the modifier? I
It's
think
your
it's
dex
total.
stat. Yeah. It's your ability score.
She goes first.
Okay.
The Morning Lord has blessed me,
All right, Sister Sacrum, go ahead.
and he's blessed me to do something good. I'm gonna do create. I'm gonna do destroy water.
All right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do destroy water at the moment. I need to
Wait,
stop my friends from drowning.
destroy water?
How much of it can you destroy at once? Create and destroy
I-
water. Yeah, it's like a cantrip, isn't it? Or is it a level 1 spell?
I think
It's
it's up
a
to like
level 1 spell. I can destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container within range.
Well, if you're trying to stop him from drowning, 10 gallons isn't gonna do much. There's like it's
10
like a
gallons
whole
is gonna
well.
make my life easier.
Yeah, this is like a cave full of
Yeah,
water.
there's way more water than that.
Alright, I'm gonna dive down, then I'm gonna get him.
Aren't you cleric? You can like channel divinity or something.
I mean, I could. You know what? Fine. I'll do that instead. I'll be boring. I'll be a boring cleric. I'll channel divinity and do turn undead.
All right. So now they need to make. Is it wisdom saving throws?
I'm double checking that, alright?
Then again, you can do what you want. I'm all for just punching these things
Yeah, their
repetitively.
wisdom
So
isn't very good either.
I have a suspicious feeling I'm going to fail my athletics check.
Con saving throw.
Con saving throw. Con's better.
DC 13.
And is it just all of them in range?
Well, the funny thing about my turn undead, it's also saying that I can do Radiance of the Dawn with it.
Okay, and what is
And
that?
it'll also dispel any magical darkness, and any hostile creature within 30 feet has to make the con save as well. Or take 2d10 plus 3 radiant damage, half damage on success, and still be turned, I'm assuming.
Sure.
Damn! Light Cleric goes hard in Curse of
All
Strahd.
right. So the first zombie fails. The second zombie fails. Third zombie passes.
Okay, we have to have at least one.
is it the headless one? I
And
hope
the
so.
fourth zombie fails. It is the third one, which is not the headless one. It's the one who's
Oh,
minus one
fortunate.
arm. Is the one that passed.
Okay.
This one's
I'm gonna
good.
get my d10s, because I'm gonna need more. 10.
My cat's attacking my foot, and it's funny.
That's adorable. Do you want me to just roll the 2d10 for them? And then,
Yeah.
or each of them? Okay.
Just roll it,
Yeah.
and it'll apply to all of them.
I'm sitting at my like little desk I have in my room at the chair, and I'm just swinging my food back and forth, and he's trying to attack it.
So we are looking at 17 radiant damage for each of them, and then
God.
half damage for the ones that haven't done. And then they're also gonna get the
17
fear.
radiant damage.
Yep. And then they're gonna do the fear of running. I got a 9 and an 8. No, I got not a 9 and 8. I got a.
That kills the two of them outright. So it doesn't matter.
Holy shit!
You're. Yeah, I was almost building a holy character in this campaign, but I decided not to.
Are you kidding? Build your holy characters.
I
They
know it does,
dissolve
that's why I didn't
into
pick one.
ash when you kill them with your turn as well. So you manage to incinerate 3 of the 4 corpses that were in the well.
Okay, and then can I do my bonus action? Well, the other one is technically turned. Can I do my bonus action and throw my dagger at it?
Sure.
All right. What do you want me to roll on that?
Just a ranged attack roll.
Do you want me to roll the hit first?
Yeah.
All
That's what a
right.
ranged attack roll is.
So that's 5 to that. So that's going to be a 20 not nat.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And that's 4. That is going to be 6 damage.
All right.
And then can I use my... Oh, go ahead.
So you throw your dagger, it arcs through the air, and stabs right into the zombie's back. Did you have something else you wanted to do?
I was going to use my movement to, like, lower my tail down for them to grab, but...
Yeah, sure, you can do that. You just like help them when they come out, kind of. Just
Yeah.
sure.
It's a 6-foot tail, so I'm just gonna hold my dress
Using
up
your
and
tail as
just
a rope.
yeah, I'm gonna lower my tail down for you guys. Like it's in the water, it's swishing around. It's like a wiggling worm.
All right. With that, it
Ew.
is now Jin's turn.
All right. Well, I'm hanging from the rope. Uh, how far away is the zombie from me?
So you've got about 20 feet from where you are down to the water, and then you'll land like right. You'll land like right here.
Oh, okay, so I can't just hang from the rope. I have to go down.
You could climb down more and hit it from like here. Yeah, if you just want to like climb the rope further down.
I'll climb the rope further down, and then I will. Am I in the water, or am I still on the
You're
rope?
on the rope, just like right above the water.
Okay, I am going to try to. Could you lose a weapon permanently in this water if you throw it?
I mean,
And
if
it.
you don't recover it.
Okay. You know what? I'm right in front of it. I'm going to jump off. I'm gonna fall off the rope.
RKO it.
RKO
Wow.
out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall off the rope and try to do like a falling attack with my hand axe in my hand.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so I'm gonna roll athletics then
Yeah.
because I'd be landing in the water.
Yes.
All right.
Here's my JR impression from wrestling. Oh God, he took that RKO like a scalded dog with a case of the liver take. That's
All right, I
something
got a
that he would say.
19.
That wasn't a very good impression. I was listening
That
to
was
it.
great. I love it.
There you go, you guys. What was your athletics check?
19.
Yeah, you got that. So you are swimming and you're attacking.
Yeah, I am attacking.
Cool.
Let's. I will roll 1. Got a.
So swinging
Oh.
a weapon, like an actual weapon in water, is going to be at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm glad I'm a monk right now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank God you told me that right before I rolled. I was about to roll. Okay. I got a. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I got a 10.
That still hits.
Oh, that's still. Oh, yeah, it does still hit. Okay. Well, then I'll roll damage.
Go for it.
That is gonna be a 6 slashing damage.
All right.
Oh.
Do you want to do anything else, or is that it? Do you have like a bonus action you can make?
Unarmed strike is a bonus action, right?
You can like, if you're unarmed striking, you can hit with a second unarmed strike as a bonus action. But if your first attack wasn't an unarmed strike, no, you can't.
Okay. I have a bonus action 2 weapon fighting, but I think I would have to do that first before attack.
Yeah. Oh no, you just have an offhand attack then with your other weapon. That's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, same deal. You just make another attack with disadvantage.
Okay. Alright, then I'll do that. See what I get. Oh my god, it had to roll a little bit further. I got a 9. I don't
Still
know if that
hits.
hits. Still hits,
Still
alright.
hits.
Roll that damage then.
You don't get to add your stat bonus to the damage on an offhand attack.
Okay.
Does he have? You said he has 2 weapon fighting now, right?
Yeah, which I believe negates
Then you
negatives that you do. You still? Oh, okay, never mind. I could be wrong.
Fire in a second, I believe.
Hold
Well,
on.
that's only if you have 2 weapon fighting. That's kind of the whole reason I have two weapon fighting.
Oh, okay, yeah. Whoops, my bad. So no, you still do get to add your stat bonus to it. All right.
You do not add ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless the modifier is negative. My modifier is not negative, so I do
Okay.
not add it.
Okay, cool. So I thought that was how it worked. I thought that, like, because
Oh.
normally you can't make an offhand attack. So having the feat allows you to make an offhand attack. It's just a little weaker than your main attack. I thought that was how it worked. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Oh, okay, I was thinking it was the other way around. Okay.
Yeah, it does 3 slashing damage.
All right, cool. This thing is still kicking. Let's see if it gets a turn. Last is Core.
He's still drowning, isn't he?
Yeah. Wait, I go again? I
Oh
went
no,
earlier.
I have. Never mind. I have you as number. The number in the order that I have you written as, I mistook for your initiative. So I thought you rolled an initiative of 3 right there, which isn't the case. So it's Jin. So now it is the zombies. This guy gets to attack.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Oh,
So the arm that is floating in the water is going to attack, and so is the zombie that is unattached from the arm.
great. So I get 2 things attacking me then?
Yes. So we'll start off with the arm floating in the water. It has to make its attack at disadvantage. So,
Alright.
that's probably not going to hit you. Does a... I lost my page.
Surprisingly, you would be surprised.
Okay, I found it.
Surprisingly.
Does a 9 hit you?
No.
All right. So now the other half of the zombie that still has its arm and head and everything is going to attack, and it's going to bite you and claw at you. So we'll do
Okay.
the bite attack. Does a 14 hit?
No.
All right. And the claw attack. Nat 20.
Ooh.
All right. So that is... Go. Oh, that is max damage. So that is 14 damage.
Fine.
As this thing slashes out with its gross, bony fingers, it like catches you on the neck, and you feel that like it breaks the skin, and you can feel blood begin to like seep from a deep wound in your neck.
It's fine.
You can feel your clothes being like warm as the blood soaks into them. And now we go back to the top, and it's Elliot's turn.
Yep. Am I gonna hit and break it up again? That don't matter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll a hit with
Go
my
for it.
astral arms, then I'll do which basically just allows me to add my endurance to that now. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Oh my god, 9?
9 hits.
Okay. Okay, roll damage. That's max on the dice, so that's going to be 7 points of
That-
damage.
How do you do it?
I'm assuming I just punched through its. Like, is it the headless one or the armless one?
It is the one that has one arm missing.
I'm just gonna punch through it and rip out its spine.
All right.
Fatality this thing.
Fatality. You rip out,
Brutal.
Finish
and
him.
as you do, it sort of like the arm twitches a little bit in the water and then goes limp as you rip this thing's spinal column out. And you all sort of like sigh. Well, actually, there's still some people down there drowning, so let's get to them. Next
sigh
is Alphonse. Alphonse, I need you to make a Constitution check.
Sorry,
You were down in the water with Core, right?
13? I'm the one who was drowning. Yeah, I fell.
Yeah. Okay. And you're pulling Core down. So a 13 is good enough. You aren't drowning yet.
Whee!
If you'd like, you can make another athletics check to try to swim.
So the combat's over. They're just stuck in the water. So they're
Would he be
drowning.
able to get advantage with the bright red tail flicking at him?
Do you have dark vision, Alphonse?
Yes, half.
I will give you advantage because you see in the
I
dark.
think 60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet.
Then
Okay.
yes, you can have advantage as you see Sister Sacrum is thrashing her tail around in the water. You see big flashes of red that tell you which way is up.
D20. Try this. All right. Another.
Last time a character used their tail, they got real weird with it. Like, don't touch my tail. It was the weirdest session ever. Number here.
Well,
Table game.
must have been saying.
Oh, one of my friends has stories of me using my tails because I'm always a tiefling. It's the best.
That was nice about Pathfinder. Tieflings actually had feet to use their tail.
It's great. Prehensile tails.
It's like Frieza. I always think of a tiefling as Frieza.
All right, so
Take the tail, shoot
Alphonse,
with the tail.
what was
That
your
was-
athletics check?
That was an 18 on the athletic.
18. All right. You realize that you are actually swimming down and turn yourself around and start swimming back up. And by the end of your turn, you manage to you break the top of the water and take in a deep breath. All that's left is Core to get back up.
Escoban will take his rope out, tie it off, and throw it down, and try to help people pull him up.
Okay, cool. You all see there's another rope that is now dangling as it splashes into the water. But Core, go ahead and make that athletics check to swim back to the surface.
15.
15's good enough. You manage to right yourself and swim back up. And you all come out, and you are all alive. You see that there is still a stink in here, though, and the corpse that you didn't disintegrate is still there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go up just yet. I am gonna stay down.
Also, the corpse that got killed with the arrow is still there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. Can I cast Sacred Flame on them? I know that they're undead, and they're dead undead. That's an oxymoron. Can I cast Sacred Flame to disintegrate them with Radiance?
So since they're not, now they're just dead. They're no longer
burn 'em.
undead anymore because they're not animated anymore. So I don't think that Sacred Flame would do what you're trying to do. I think that like Produce Flame would do what you're trying to do, or
I
like
do.
Firebolt.
Let me check. Do I have one of those? Best I've got is Burning Hands. And
I mean
don't
that
really...
works. I would let that works.
Just fish him out with that prehensile tail.
Do you want to
Ha,
make
ha,
sure
ha.
that everybody is like out first?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure everybody's out first. I don't know if anybody has fire resistance.
All right, so
I think we do.
Escovan basically helps all of you out. And are you gonna you're just gonna disintegrate the bodies with the fire?
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Alright, cool.
disintegrate
So-
them.
Before you come out, you go ahead and burn your spell slot, but you cast Burning Hands and you char them to a crisp.
Oh, I'm also gonna
Sorry, go ahead.
burn another spell slot to do purified food and drink.
Okay, great. So as you do that, you see the water kind of like bubble for a minute, like it's boiling, and then it settles. And as it does, you see that it is like perfectly clear.
I'm gonna fill up my water skin before I fly up, and just 5 feet before I get up to it, I'm gonna grab onto the rope, hide my wings under my habit again, and climb up.
All right. And you.
I've got the bucket in my tail.
As you
I'm
take a
gonna
drink
tie that.
from the your water skin, the water is cool and crisp and refreshing, like a mountain spring.
Perfect. I'm gonna climb myself up,
Recovering
keeping
Happy
water
little
is
sips.
happy little
So
sips.
You all
Hydro
have a
homie.
nice swim.
Actually, it was quite delightful. It was just a little bit mucky.
I didn't swim at all.
Ismark is just sort of like standing there, like eyes wide, as you all climb out of the well. He's watched this whole thing happen, and he says,
Everybody's soaking wet except for her.
I guess I should
And
have checked it out when they said the well was a little stinky."
Yeah, most definitely. I grabbed my suit from him because I handed it to him, and I put it on right now. And then I go I'm just in my monk, which is basically just a what's the thing that goes? What's that Japanese word for the thing? The loincloth. There it is.
A gi?
Mhm. That's what I have over
All right.
covering my not so delightful parts.
Oh, I'm gonna tie the bucket back to the broken rope, hiding my tail underneath my skirt.
Excuse me.
I
Sure.
tell
Yeah.
I tell Ismark his father would be very proud of him. I say that in a very rueful, doubtful kind of way.
It gets him. You kind of see he looks like he's been slapped. And he kind of like puts a hand to his head and he like walks away, like
Poor dude.
mumbling.
Sister Sakuram is gonna rush after Ismark. You didn't know. You've been busy dealing with other things. Guilt and grief are very powerful. Let's pick up Irina and then we should be heading off to Valaki, yes?
Well, I honestly was planning on following you all, but I don't know. I'm feeling really guilty right now, and a little like I probably should stay here. I
Keep your
don't.
town safe.
I feel like now that I know this is a thing, I should organize some townsfolk to go check the other wells.
Of course.
But I do agree that you should take Irina and go. It's not a safe place here.
All right.
Did the rest of us hear him say that?
Yeah.
Or is it just kind of... I say you might want to check out the church next then.
What's wrong with the church? Is something wrong with Father Donovich?
Nothing
So
is
you
wrong.
check it out.
Nothing's wrong with the church.
Alright, as everybody says that, I just kind of shut up.
All right. The group of you head away from this area back to your cart and to Irina, and you collect yourselves to go. Like I said, you kind of got started on this mission as like a half day. So by the time you finished, this day has kind of reached its close as well. So your second day was sort of a half day adventuring after your grueling endeavor through the Durst Mansion. But we're going to go ahead and call it here as you all go back to the Burgomeister's mansion for one more evening of rest before you have to go onto the road. Everybody go ahead and get it's 133 experience points for the zombie encounter.
Nice.
I still got this mystery book full of stories.
You also can each have 100 experience points for solving the mystery of the poisoned wells. There's still a town full of infected that are boarded up in their houses, but stopping the source of this was a good step one.
Oh, so 230? 230 you said total?
So yeah, it'd be 230 total.
130 total.
Do we get any
Huh?
XP for
Oh,
this session?
and then you get 100 experience points for the session itself. So 330 total.
Pretty good. And I also got a mystery book that we need to find these shrines because I feel like they're important. I don't remember.
Dan, that's almost as much as just clearing the Durst house.
So at the end of sessions, I like to have people nominate people in the party for things that they did that they thought were particularly cool, whether it's good role-playing moments, whether they did something that pushed, like a situation forward, whether, like they did a particularly useful thing in a fight, just something that you feel like they're commended for. And I also am changing the way I handle inspiration. So normally I don't let you bank it. What I do is I let you use it to make yourself roll with advantage or make me roll with disadvantage. I am adding something to that. One, I'm adding that you can bank them. So you can save up inspiration. You just need to keep track of it on your character sheets. And two, if you get 15, if you manage to save up 15, you can trade it in for a free feat.
Ooh. That's pretty cool. Would that be saved under other?
Just somewhere on your character sheet, just keep track.
Okay.
So would we consider this session, we went back to the manor, a long rest, or should we wait?
You'll get another
to start
long
the
rest
session?
before the next week starts.
I'm saying don't automatically choose a long rest tonight. Just wait a week, right?
No, I'm saying like you finished another day of adventuring, so your characters will get another long rest tonight before you set out
Okay.
tomorrow in game, but which is next week in real time.
Yeah.
Because but yeah, so we'll go ahead and start at the top with Alphonse. If you'd like to nominate someone for something you thought they did that was pretty sweet, I can give out some inspiration.
That dive was absolutely beautiful. The
Well, I
dive.
gotta
Ugh.
Elliot for doing what I tried to do, but actually doing it without hurting anybody.
Elliot for inspiring a series of not so good dives with one really good dive. You can have 1 point of inspiration.
Negatively affected like
Thinking
3
of,
different people. Like I bumped into somebody almost drowned, coming to rescue me from drowning. It was horrible. I just disturbed the whole. I did the opposite of what a
It was beautiful.
bard
That
should
was fun. That was a good role play moment.
definitely the comic relief. I get my throat bit out. I fall down wells. I'm like the Three Stooge, the third
Oh,
Stooge.
it'll be fine.
All right, so yeah, Elliot, you can have a point of inspiration. Elliot, do you have any nominations you'd like to make?
I guess we'll go with Sister's Room. Her investigating well was a good idea.
Yeah, that was. I have a feeling that maybe you've been to Barovia before, but
It total party killed my party in my first ever game.
but yeah, they would not have immediately known which well to go. Or that was in a well. I will give you a point of inspiration for pushing that forward. And a little bit of metagaming, but that's okay. Escavan Faulkner, would you like to nominate someone?
I too like to nominate Sister. She's pretty descriptive the way she described her character and everything. Like I said, it's only a second session, so I don't know if she's played with us before, but she's seen another source and did a very good job. She
First time
played
with
the
you guys.
cleric.
Yeah, you can go ahead and have some inspiration. That's cool. You did a good job tonight pushing the story forward, but also some good role playing. The stuff with the granny was good. Yeah, generally good role playing tonight. I'm glad to have you on the team. Everybody did a good job role playing tonight, to be
It
honest.
was great. I love role playing, so combat is
You
a good
can
strong suit.
get a maximum of 2 inspiration per session. So you can nominate her again, but she won't get any more inspiration. You can also get it during the session if you do like a particularly cool thing that like wows me. I'll give away inspiration for that in the moment sometimes too. But for nominations, I'm gonna cap it at 2, just so people aren't getting feats every 3 weeks. All right. After that, Jin, do you have any nominations you'd like to make?
I don't know. I was gonna nominate Sister for almost clearing out all the zombies in one go.
Yeah, she got half of them with that turn undead.
I didn't bring my pacifist into this fight. She's a war girl.
I mean, I don't really have any.
That's fine. You don't have to. You can just say it was a good session. I don't have any. That's fine. All right, go ahead, Sister Sacrum. Do you have any nominations you'd like to make?
Escavan with that one tap to the zombie in the head. That was amazing.
That was a good crit. That was like
That was a great crit.
Things would have gotten really bad for the people down there if the zombies had gotten to attack with more than just one of them. Yeah, I will give you a inspiration point for that badass crit.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right, Core, do you have any
Like I said,
or
keep
any
your fish in a barrel.
do you have any nominations you'd like to make?
I mean, I gotta shout out Escavan. I respect a fighter who knows their place in not jumping into a well filled with zombies.
Sometimes the true hero is the one who does not dive in.
I have no problem diving in. That's all I
Yeah.
can do, though. I'm no use up top.
I will definitely give Escavan another
Well, the
point
thing is, like-
of inspiration for properly being cautious there. That could have been real bad if everybody had
Well,
like
my thing was,
failed their
like,
dives and
you're
stuff. Like, Go
Yeah,
ahead.
exactly. She jumped in. Sister
Oh, I
jumped
was
in.
lowered
I'm like,
gracefully.
well, I'll use my Side Warrior ability. I actually have the Force technically. I can do it one time for a short rest for one character. Then by the time it came my turn, the entire party was in the water well. I'm like, well, shit. I might as well stay up here and just shoot things.
Yeah.
And
No,
you've done an
that was
excellent
good.
job. You are not a stormtrooper.
Yeah, you hit your shots. All right. Well, that was a pretty awesome session, you guys. Next week is going to be the start of a lot of travel, and there's going to be a lot of, I'm assuming, encounters on the road. So, if all of you make your way back in here and manage to get a spot next week, we'll see how that turns out. But I don't have anything else except for a couple plugs. So just so you guys watching the Twitch stream know, we are currently working on, let's see, we have a new game on Friday that'll start in a few weeks. Weeb is finishing up his Quartz Oil Tower module, so he's going to be recruiting for something else. I am not 100% sure what he's doing yet, but if you'd like to play in his game on Fridays, the time to jump in is like coming up, so just send him a message in the Discord. We also have on Monday, we're going to start doing Mystery Science Theater evenings, basically. We're just going to like hang out in the Discord. It's not a streamed situation. We're just going to like chill in the Discord, watch some MST3K, maybe play some video games. It'll just be like community chill nights on Mondays every once in a while. So I think we're going to do one of those this upcoming week. So keep an eye out for that. We got very close with our Twitch follower goal. We're at 46. So I 100% believe that by next Wednesday, we can be at our goal of 50 followers. And if we do, I'll be giving away dice. If we can get to 75 followers by the time my next game comes around, or by the end of my next game on Wednesday of next week, I'll give away 2 sets of dice. So I like giving away dice. So stick around for that.
Also, can I plug my?
Yeah, what's up?
Monday, May 17th, I'll be starting running Monday's work, right?
Right. I was trying to think of. I knew that we had a game I was recruiting for. We have so many games that are going right now. Yours is the game that I was trying to think of. Yes. Ender is running. What is the module that you're running? Icespire Peaks.
Icespire Peak, and if it goes well and we finish that first part, we'll continue on to the next 3 parts of the adventure. They release it in like 4 parts.
Yes, and
So-
let me pull up the scheduling information for that. So
It's
I'll say
a
it'll
it's a
be-
free one.
yes.
Yeah, it's free. It'll be
All
like
of the
playing-
games that I plug on the stream are free. If you are interested in paid games, we do have several private paid groups, and I have very affordable rates. So that's a service we offer if you want to commission a campaign. If you like what you're seeing in Curse of Strahd and want to play Curse of Strahd yourself, hit us up. If I can't run it, we have several other really awesome dungeon masters in the server who would all be very capable of running your game for you. So if that's something any of you online would be interested in, hit us up. But yes, the game on Monday is Ender's game.
And in their Discord
Yeah.
server, they've got commission artists. They've got character artists.
Yes,
So
we do. We have one dedicated artist who works with the server, Madam Shiva. She's Gonza Studio on Instagram. She is working on right now this series of stickers that we're gonna give out as part of our Patreon. It's gonna be like a monthly sticker club, and they're all like sort of like tarot card-y, Dungeon Dragon-y stickers for the different dice dudes. So there'll be different polyhedral dice characters, like a little bard dice, a little warrior dice, you know. And she's working on some really slick stickers. So that'll be announced. We'll announce more about our Patreon later, but I definitely want to say the correct times for Ender's Game before I forget. Every time I say Ender's Game,
Yeah, I know. That's where I get Ender from.
I assume.
That's my favorite book. So.
I read it on an audiobook. I listened to it as an audiobook on a road trip to Colorado a few years ago because my wife made me. It was pretty good.
I read it, I was like 14 because Ender's Zone of the Enders came out, and I was reading a video game magazine at the time. They said, if you like this game, check out Ender's Game. has nothing to do at all with the video game, but and then I read it and it's like became my favorite book ever. So
Right. So Ender's Game, and the Dungeon Master in our server, Ender, is running Dragons of Icespire Peak starting on Monday the 17th of May at 7 p.m. Central Time. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. It'll be like just like these games, 2 to 3 hours long. Though his game, I believe he's going to be using Roll20 for the battle maps instead of
yes,
Owlbear. So if you play in his game, you need to have a Roll20 account.
but Roll20 is free. You don't need to
Yeah,
pay a
Roll20 is free,
membership
so
or
you just have to
anything.
make an account for it. But it's a pretty cool
Yeah.
tabletop. It's got more bells and whistles than Owlbear. People know it better than Owlbear, so I don't know why I'm... Yeah, y'all know Roll20.
I'm looking at the different. Because I was thinking about running one of the adventures.
Yeah, we have so many games we're recruiting for. Definitely, yeah, dude, hit me up. I don't remember. Did you already tell me you were wanting to run a game?
I've been thinking about it, so, but I haven't really voiced it to you.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll talk about that. For the record, we at DiceDad Games, I run my games, but then we also stream a bunch of other Dungeon Masters games throughout the week. So you can basically tune in any night of the week, and we'll have something going. And we're also, we kind of do a vibe check. Like, Afterlife Senpai, he's cool. We've done our vibe check. So I'm open to letting him run something. So there's a
was
little bit of a
honestly
vibe check period. Don't think you can just like
Skyhorn
walk in here and be like, I'm running a game tomorrow. But like if you're interested in learning how to run games, or if you want to learn how to play game in a stream, or if you want to learn how to operate a stream, we're sort of all figuring this stuff out together. So we're growing this community.
Exactly,
It's pretty sweet.
That's why I want to do the Adventure League part, because I don't want to charge people for a game because I'm still pretty immature as a DM. So
Yeah,
Just practice
I'm
makes
just
people
like
think
running these
it's
leagues
fun.
like a boot camp. I am having so much fun
Yeah.
just like putting myself through DM boot camp again. It's been like I took a break during COVID running games, and then it's just like I'm just like throwing myself back into it. I'm having so much fun. But and we have grown so much. Like the fact that we're already this, I didn't think we were gonna get to 50 followers, and I know 50 followers isn't a big number, but like the fact that we're so close to it just like blows my mind. And weird thing, low key flex. I went to a game store to buy some dice the other day, a local game store, and the guy at the game store, he was like asking me questions about my game. We were just talking, and he was like, "So, like, what's your business or whatever?" And I told him DiceDad Games, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of you." And I was like, "What?" So like people are watching us, guys. It's pretty sweet, and I'm excited to see what we can grow together as a group. Because really, what we're doing is trying to just like holistically grow a D&D community where you don't have to worry about your games getting canceled. That's like our mission statement. Is like host a cool place where you don't have to worry about getting bullied, where you can play a game if you don't have group already, you can jump into one, and you don't have to worry about it unexpectedly ending. Sometimes it might be hard to get into a game because there's a lot of demand, but you don't have to worry about a game just ending on you.
And it's kind of nicer to do like actual modules Adventure League.
They're
instead
so
of the
fun.
Adventure League
Modules, like,
mini. Well, I'll say the
homebrews are
mini
great,
Adventure
but
League is like horrible in so many ways. But if you do a full-on book, it's like you can jump in, drop out.
yeah, I
Compared
agree.
to the seasonal adventures they give you.
All right, well, I want to go hang out with my wife and get some time before we have to go to bed, playing some Pokemon Snap or something. So I will see you guys all next week. Thank you guys so much for playing tonight, and all of you on the Twitch stream, thank you so much for watching tonight. I am super stoked to get my like review of the stream. We're trying to get Twitch partnership, and there's like quest goals that they lay out for you. So I feel like we made some headway on some quests tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all next week. Tune in on Friday for Weeb's game. I think it's the conclusion to his Quartz Oil Tower. It should be a lot of fun. So I'll see you guys all then.
Bye. Have fun, everybody.
Bye.